This a Batman tune. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the life. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze, I'm one West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's by any means. Little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. I.S.U.P.K, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on sober. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, now these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sean, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize. type, keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit. I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas.
I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General Yahanna. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
All right, Shalom, Lord in Christ, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Let's captain of 10,000 Karafia from the UK in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna. I'm filling in for Captain Mashak till he gets here. So any questions in the meantime online in the class, make sure you type them in and we get them ready for Captain Mashak Mayam. All right, so Captain Mashak Mayam will be here. You know, I'm going to get the classes, get the topics, or get your topics ready, your classes, your questions all ready. And as soon as he comes in, we can fire them out. You know what I mean? So slack. So I got who I got here? Your forward to all the sisters and brothers in the class. You know, big up to everyone from Trinidad, Jamaica, the UK, America. Who else got like Grenada, France? Big up to Officer Alban in the class. Big up to we got Officer Mawasap in here as well. Big up all the sisters that cook the food as well. You know what I mean? Shalom. You know what I mean? Blessed to everybody, man. Let's get a few scriptures. 1 second. Someone said my camera looks funny. Rob, on the camera to up?
It's a little bit blurry, sir.
Really?
I'm
seeing it. Let me look on my side.
It might be a connection.
Everyone disconnect. If you're under Wi-Fi, disconnect. That could be the reason why. How am I looking now to up?
It's still the same. I'm gonna give it a second. It might take a minute to bump up the resolution.
No sweat. Rabbi, take over for me 5 minutes real quick.
Come on. No sweat. Let me see.
Take back the stream. I'll refresh it and see what happens.
Another one, All right.
No problem,
of course, as I once said, you know what I'm saying, if anybody has any questions, make sure you put them in the chat, get them ready. You know what I'm saying? Captain Mashak Mayam will answer every single
stream.
Say again, sir? Okay, All right. Come on. All right. Let's see. See if I can grab a scripture real quick. All right, give me let me see. How you doing, Mausai? To what?
Yes, my general, 100.
Mausai Christ, please. Bless the treating you well. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know,
look at the belly and tell me.
Hey, Mausai Christ, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying war is breaking, the civil war is breaking out in the streets of England, but hey, these priests and
isn't that what you're preaching for?
We good up in here. You know what I'm saying? We understand what's going on. So that's why we know. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says to be not troubled. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna get into that a bit later as well. But yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be seeing, you know what I'm saying, in London. Obviously, London is the hub of all these different nations. So London's going crazy. Manchester, there's this whole incident in Manchester. Manchester's going crazy. The Southport thing, which I think Southport is in London. Leeds was on fire. Like, good night. Yeah, this thing is getting about ready.
Ain't nothing new, man. It's all about what we want. And without this happening, we know we ain't get what we want.
So I can get caught back in the forefront.
How we looking now?
Can't, you're much clearer, sir.
Okay, so you seem looking pretty here. I'm joking. I'm joking. So everyone can. All right, cool. So what about the Southport thing, yeah?
Can't. So we're just talking about, you know.
Listen, man. England right now is crazy. Everyone's fighting everybody, man. If
right.
Isn't you.
Oh, damn. I think we lost Cup for a second. Stand by. What's that? All right, well, you know what I'm saying? While Captain's getting back, let me see. Let me get I don't know if I should get a scripture because I don't know how long it's gonna be. Yeah, for the time being, let me just get let me see. No, I don't want that one. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 12.
Come on.
All right, the water.
Solomon, can you repeat that for me, sir?
Khan, you're gonna get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 12. You know what I'm saying? As
6 and verse 12. Okay.
I think we got Cap back. We stand by. All right, we got you back in.
So lucky, baby. What's going on today? What happened to devil, man? So lucky, but yeah, read where you were. So lucky about nation right against nation.
Come on. We get nation against nation. That's in Matthews, right?
Right, this is the problem. No one cared about black people until it happened to them. No one cared.
Right.
But we was writing in Brixton and Tottenham, and Handsworth, all other nations like it's a black problem. And now everybody wants to talk about police brutality. Everybody wants to talk about how hard it is, and this is not right. Who saw the video with the Indian man getting his head kicked off by the police?
Khan.
Right. Did anyone listen to what his lawyer said?
Khan said, yeah, that shit's crazy.
What did his lawyer say?
He said, you know, something like this has never happened before. It's never been seen before. Such police brutality.
He said this police brutality has never been seen. We showed you how racist he is. We showed you how much he only cares about his own people.
That's right.
This happens all the time to black people, man. It happened from the 60s, happens in America, happens in Jamaica, happens everywhere black people are. But guess what? Black people suffering, he don't see it because he only cares about his people. So to him, this is an outrage. I can't believe this is happening. It's the first time this has ever happened. But to us, this is the norm. If a black man got his head kicked in by the police, it will be normal. If a black man got bodied by the police and roughed up, it will be normal. But to him, it's crazy. It shows you, black men, that you only got to care about yourself, man. I go out on the streets and tell black men to only care about ourselves. What do I hear all the time? You're racist. You can't say that. Well, he cares only about himself. What's the proof? What's the proof? He saw a man get kicked by the police and he said, this is the first it's ever happened. This has been happening. You know why? Because he only cares about himself. And him caring about himself makes him flourish. He's the reason. That's the reason why the East Indians are doing better than us, because they're only caring about themselves. We're caring about everybody else when really we should be caring about ourselves. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah, read that, Baba Kushar.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
Right. So this is Yahushai. The Yahushai, who's our king, who's a true prophet, man. Nothing like that Muhammad guy. He's a real prophet, man. He can see the future. And his disciples sat him down one day and said, Yahushai, show me when the end of the world will be. The end of the world being meaning what? End of society, end of this white man society. And he gave him signs to look out for, man. Things to watch out for. And one of the things he told him to watch out for was what? Nation shall rise against nation, man. Nationality against nationality. And that's what you're seeing today, man. That's what you're seeing today. The police want to harm black people. Ukraine versus Russia. Taiwan versus China. Palestine versus the so-called Jewish man. The white man versus the East Indian man down there in Southport, man. Christ said this would happen, black man. And what? These are signs, man. You know when you're driving and you're looking for the signs to Manchester. You're looking for the signs that will get you to Manchester. And black man, Hispanic man, we're looking for the signs that will get us to freedom, that will get us to salvation. As we're driving, we see, okay, Indian man versus white man. Okay, a bit close. Earthquake in diverse places. Okay, we're getting close. You know when you're driving and you see Manchester 5 miles, you're like, okay, I'm getting close. Yeah. Manchester 5 miles. All right. You know what I mean? Just 1 second, slack here.
Come on, sir.
Oh shit! You're not by a hand, but she always coming with the whole thing. Come on, yeah, man. Whole thing, guys. Come on, get it from chair, all right? If you don't mind. You want this one number?
Yeah, it's 2
Hey, Shalom, say y'all about some Qatar.
We will be henny tonight. We will be henny happy tonight. So what else says I appreciate that. No, sir. Say again? For us. We don't drink alone. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. You sure it's still stuck there? Hell. somebody might take that as payment and all. Who you have on tonight?
So far, brothers are coming in still. We got Officer Alban from Manchester.
Alban, what's up, man? You have some Shabbat Qatar.
We also got Officer
Where you at? Mawasa, what's going on now? You have some Qatar. Mawasa, you make it get a camera closer to you? Oh, now I see you. Now I see you. Okay. All right. So what we had? You had any questions?
Come on, Councillor.
No, sir.
For me, so everyone's hearing about Vice Cartel's case. I need to know where we stand on this. Is it wrong? Because what I'm asking is, some men are saying, yo, he's a murderer, he needs to be in jail. It's not fair in most cases because he's a singer. I mean, same from the brother. So I'm like,
okay, well, what's the proof? What's the proof he's a murderer though? Oh, Salah. What's the proof he's a murderer?
All right, that's true.
That's like saying, that's like being mad at OJ for getting off. A jury found OJ not guilty.
That's true.
Right. And that's just that.
What I'm hearing is everyone saying, why do you want to free him? Why do you want to free him? Why does he sing? If somebody else, like, but at the same time, I'm thinking, he's a brother, so I want him free at the same time. So I'm kind of controlling in between.
Okay, it shouldn't. The justice should. If we're talking about from a judgment standpoint, that you can't really comment on that because you don't know details of the case. You don't know evidence, and I don't know the details of the case. So from a judgment standpoint, you can't comment on it. To comment on it would be, folly. Because what you're really talking about? You're talking about what?
Yes,
like how you're able to tell that? Anyway, them windows back there could open up some more. This door. Maybe the door, the front, yeah, y'all get this thing going. It ain't that hot, but with them windows closed, y'all trying to rotisserie a Negro right here, but you know what I mean? No sweat. Those blow cool?
Yeah, no.
Oh shit, yeah, lined up, man. You might have to open that door and stand by the door too and all. No sweat. So what, two sis? You ain't got no answer. From over on your answer. That's the one for me. I appreciate it. Who's this? ENJ? Oh boy, you're starting off on the right side. The wrong side, hell. Yeah, so from a legal standpoint, all right. First, this is what you want. Give me the Apocrypha. All right. Give me the Apocrypha. Give me hold on.
How can I corrupt some steps you do as well?
No sweat. Oh, well, what's the wording? Hold on 1 second.
Someone said, "Don't drink evil juice, my G."
Listen, man. If Christ turned water into wine, I could turn the evil into good. You know what I mean? He gave me the power to turn evil into good. He said, "You will do more miracles than me." Okay, what is it I'm looking for? It's in the Apocrypha. All right.
You caught it, so I can find it.
Is it matter here? The matter first?
You hear the matter, then judge.
I think that's it. Give me that first. All right. Any other questions in the room or online?
I got a few lined up, sir.
All right.
I got Ecclesiasticus 11 and 7. It might be it.
Ecclesiasticus 11 and 7. Let me hear it. Whenever you're ready.
And it reads, "Blame not before thou hast examined
I'll take
the truth." So like,
Blame
not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke.
Right. So that's if we're talking about from the point of view of judgment. According to judgment, you can't cast no blame unless you examine the truth first, right? Then you could rebuke. Understand first. I don't know what the hell going on with that case. I know it involves somebody named Lizard and somebody named Sean Storm, and the nigga was still making music. But as far as the case go, I haven't a clue, right? I know that he's accused of what? He's accused of murder or conspiracy to murder or something. What is it? Is it murder or conspiracy?
Murder, but not himself. I'm not sure if he caused someone to do it. I'm not sure what it's called.
That probably would be conspiracy or first degree. Even it depends on the laws in Jamaica. I don't know how the laws in Jamaica is. If it's like UK laws, I can't say. I don't know exactly what they charged him with. I can't say that part. You get the point? But if he was tried and the judgment of the court is the judgment of the court, then that's what that is. You get the point? So from that standpoint, if it's a matter of according to right judgment, unless you telling me somebody could come and prove now and say, well, this and the court had this evidence, that evidence, and they denied it and they got rid of it in order to free this fool, then who the hell knows? I don't know that. I can't say he guilty. I don't know nothing going on with the case. If I was to say he guilty, I would be no different than white people who were saying OJ guilty. He shouldn't, he should get the death penalty. When a jury of 12 found OJ not guilty, or they're not guilty, and he got acquitted. Some devil on death row, it's on record, admitted to killing the blonde hair girl and the blue-eyed boy. Some devil in prison admitted to another prisoner. They have the statement that he did it. Some oppressors now will think OJ should still be in jail. I can't, how you weigh in that? But you got to do what the scripture says. So read it one more time.
Oh, God. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Right. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Go ahead.
Understand first.
Right. Understand it first. You're going to have to go through and understand what the hell going on and what happened and what did not happen. Go ahead.
And then rebuke.
And then you could rebuke. Then you could say it's wrong or it's right, or he's wrong or he's right, or anything else. Go ahead. Go ahead, keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8. Verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause.
So again, again, you can't answer because did you hear the cause? You ain't hear the cause. I don't know if anybody was following the case. Was anybody following the case?
I'm following it, but even then, I'm not authorized to judge on it.
I mean, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't even know if he was acquitted or if the case was dismissed or if it was a mistrial. All those terms mean different things. I think acquittal means they found you innocent or found you not guilty. You don't have enough proof to say you're guilty. A mistrial is when they muck up the trial either from evidence or the lawyers wasn't following protocol with it. Go ahead, sis.
I think one of it is that you won't be appealed not to be retried. That's what they're afraid. So we're going to retry him, but he appealed against it.
So the retrial, okay, so then the first trial was what, a mistrial?
I think so, because he's there for 13 years, but when I read, it is, his reason why he's free is because the lawyers,
so what is this?
The lawyers did an appeal.
Let me get a bottle of water to your water here. So what? So okay, so the first case got thrown out or something.
So they tried a retrial, but his lawyers
fought against the retrial, and then that's it. So then that's it. You know what I mean? Like twice they didn't succeed. What's you gonna do? You get the point? So what? What we at? Read verse 8 again, please.
Verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
Right, of course, that's teaching you what? Class and decorum, behavior. Benjamin will call that what? Brought up see, right? You know what that word? You ain't had no brought up see. You get, you know what I mean? Mute your mics too if you're all talking in the back, all right? Let's just, leave them, just mute the mic. All right? Benjamin say you have no brought up see, all right? Do me a favor, could you open a window in the back and leave this front door open and put up Shema at the front door? That'll work too. All right, just to get the air flow. Handle that, Rodaya. Check the window. No, the slack. One man had to do it. It's one man, or whoever you want, Karafi. All right, just Karafi, just help him out. All right, so somebody online there, pick up from where Captain Karafi left off. Ecclesiastes 11 and 8.
Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
Right, so you can't answer before you heard the cause. You're gonna have to hear the cause. You're gonna hear both sides. You're gonna have to hear it if you want to make a right judgment, a just judgment, right? And neither interrupt a man in the middle of his speech. It's just teaching you class and etiquette and how to be, civil, right? Which comes from the Bible. Go ahead.
Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not.
That's the main thing. Read that again.
Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not.
Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not. Does keeping cartel in jail concern me? You could put a chair there and all, leave the door open. Take a chair, put your back to the door, so you can keep an eye on who coming in. Salakia, put your back to the door. No, put the chair all the way to the door. All the way to the door and put your back to the door. There's a chair. Oh, you sit in that chair. You sit in that one. Sit in that one so you could see the street and you could see inside. Anybody come in there, they come wrong, 9-9 right at the doorstep. Right? Make sure you all come correct. All right. Where we at? 9? Right, go ahead.
Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners.
No, this is wisdom in giving you. Don't strive in a matter that don't concern you. You get the point? Don't strive, don't make that your part of your whole business when that thing don't even concern you. Don't strive in it. It's different with striving is like, now you taking up this thing and you want to run with it. That shit ain't even concern you. He free. As far as I'm concerned, now I'm a fan of Cartel. I think he's the best thing in music out of Jamaica ever in the history of music. As far as I'm concerned, he free, he locked up, he's still making good music. It don't really matter. I think you put him in a coffin, you might still get music coming out. You get the point? That shit don't concern me. I'm not here to put people in prison or free people from prison, right? In that context of going to court and all that shit. That's not what we're here for. What we're here for is to raise the 12 tribes of Israel up.
That's right.
Right? Now, if he in jail or if he ain't in jail, the white man is still the devil.
That's right.
He in jail, he not in jail. Kamala Harris going to destroy black people. He in jail, he not in jail. That don't mean nothing to the Pakistani who get his nose kicked in Manchester. Even though they'll try to listen to Vibes Cartel and be like Vibes Cartel, that don't mean nothing to them. That don't mean nothing to them dumb broads who went and pour oil all over Heathrow. I don't understand how nobody ain't kicking them in the head. You go into a whole international airport like Heathrow. Heathrow is not you know, no disrespect, but it's not Birmingham Airport. It's not Luton Airport. That's a major airport. That's like JFK or, you know, any one of them major international hubs. You get in there and you spraying oil all over the place and nobody can kick you in your head. Like that, they don't give a damn about Vybz Kartel or not. You get the point? So now he free, he get free. Good for him. I'm sure he suffered horribly in there. He looked like he's rough. He looked like he got all the diseases that plague black people. Hypertension, cancer, diabetes. He looked rough. He gonna need to get some treatment. But as you know, to have an official stance on it, it's trivial for what matters in the grand scheme of things. For right now, it matters. For right now, it matters because everybody wants to see him free, want to see him perform, want to see him, you know, do whatever. What really matters is the future of black people. That's right. You get the point? That's what really matters. You get the point? Now, look like Buju Banton. Buju Banton came free. What do we say now? He was found guilty. Ain't nobody chastising Buju for nothing. So what sort of judgment you really want to have? Right? The judgment you should have is the judgment according to the Lord. Give me John 7 and 45. All right. Give me John 7 and 45.
The book of John, chapter 7 and verse 45. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Come on, sir. Book of John 7 and verse 45. Then came the officers to the chief priests and Pharisees, and they said unto them, why have ye not brought him?
Hold on, I might have given you the wrong one. Hold on. It feel cooler? Most are in Christ, man. Listen, the E and J working, man. Hold on. John 7 and 24. Salaki.
Book of John chapter 7 verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance.
Say it again.
But judge not according to the appearance.
Say it one more time.
Judge not according to the appearance.
The Bible says judge not according to appearance. You can't judge just based on looks or how something look. You can't do that. That's against God's laws, which is what? This is directly against the oppressor who judges by looks. He judges, he runs this world by how you look, how you present, what he think you look like. He doesn't judge according to righteous judgment at all. Right? Go ahead.
But judge righteous judgment.
But judge according to righteous judgment. You get the point? Judge according to righteous judgment. Right? You can't judge according to how something look. You have to judge according to what's right, according to the law, based on some standard. Now, as far as what's the standard for what Vybz Kartel went through? The Court of Appeals, Caribbean Court, or the UK Chief Court, Justice Court, whatever it is, that's their standard. And according to that standard, he's free. That's just it. Like, who am I to now go and say he's not and go on a whole campaign and all of that shit? Whatever it is. So that devil who a few years ago shot them people protesting in Wisconsin in the States, Kyle Rittenhouse. You all remember him? He went and he sat and fake cry. He was running through the city with the AR-15. He went on the stand and they found him not guilty. When you look at the tape, he shot 3 people point blank at. Point blank. I mean, close up. When you hear the evidence, knowing these protests was getting violent, he lived 2 states away, I believe. He didn't even live in Wisconsin. He was living in Indianapolis. Somebody could check it out. His mother drove him across state lines with an AR-15 that don't even belong to him. And according to him, he went there to protect property, to protect, whatever. Property is insured. They burn down a store, the insurance is going to rebuild it. You know what I mean? They loot a building, they're going to get their stuff back. But then people he shot ain't coming back. You get the point? In America, you know, even the gun laws in America, if you were to have a legal, you know, right to carry, there's certain places you cannot go. Legally, they call them places of menace. They say you can't go in places of menace. What constitutes places of menace? Clubs. Anywhere there's parties with alcohol, where it's easy for what's called that? Not for conflict to happen. Where it's easy for conflict to happen, you don't want to have at ready arms a deadly weapon. So they're saying if you go to that spot, knowing you have it on you, knowing the type of place this is, you kind of complicit in whatever happened because you left home with this thing. You get the point? So knowing that, he left state lines, crossed 2 state lines or 1 state line with an extreme deadly weapon. That's the weapon they always say they want to ban in America. The AR-15, the AR-15, the AR-15. That's the same when they say shot Trump. They want to ban that thing. He left his home, went all the way across state lines, blew away 3 people. One of them, his elbow was down there hanging. It's on tape. You could see it. Hanging. For what? To prove what? And he got off. That's their standard. That's their standard. Now, am I going to say now he had to go back in jail and pick it up and, you know, they set him free. They set Cartel free. They set OJ free. You know, it is what it is. This is what I would tell you. The reason these things are becoming an issue to people is because we live under the oppressor. And the oppressor's justice is not absolute. The oppressor's justice is not 100% right. It's always some flaw. It's always some, you know, new thing. You know, in the court of law, they have something called precedent, meaning in a certain case, something that may seem unlawful, if his lawyer or her lawyer, defense lawyer, could go in the history of court cases and find a similar case where a judge made a ruling similarly to let this person go, precedent dictates this. That's how the judge would rule in this case, unless they're going to go against precedent, which starts a whole other thing. You get the point? In the law of the Bible, what precedent we talking about? God. The law is the law. That's right. You get the point? The law is the law. You get accused of murder. You say it's not you. There's a whole system for that. There's a whole system for that. You're familiar with that system?
About murder?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of the witnesses, cross-examination, like in the book of Daniel and so forth.
Okay, no, not that part. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 21 or 21 and 10. Hold on. Let's get that part and we move real quick. We get the other questions. We'll go a little bit over tonight, all right? So y'all could bear with me. All right. If anybody have any questions, just type them in. I think online they're gonna probably send you could check the Gmail and the post where you advertise the class. They might have questions under there. All right. Where you at? You tell me what?
Is it 10?
No, give me 21 and 10. Or whatever I don't get to this week, I'll probably get to it next week. You all know, of course, tonight, General Mahaiman is doing scripture breakdown live from Detroit. Y'all get out a hand, give him a hand. All right, Midwest Fire Weekend, hosted by Captain of 13,000, Mao Quad, 13 Shield Commanding General Yahanna going to be having a monster lecture tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, which is about midnight UK time. Just about midnight UK time. If you want to, you can have this one, or I could grab another one from the back. You know. Oh, you want it strong? You want to start to break this one down, or? Oh, you want the Irk, or you want the happy? I'm not forced. You're not partial, whichever one. I feel you. You know what I mean? The general gonna have that lecture on demons tomorrow night. What are demons? Breaking down what demons are and how to rid yourself of these demons and recognize demons. A lot of people don't understand what demons are, what demon possession is. A lot of people don't realize you've had demons your whole life. You've been talking to demons your whole life. Demons been making decisions for you your whole life. You're tuning in tomorrow night. It's a pay-per-view event, 20 US, nothing much. 20 US. You could go to that Eventbrite, go to I.S.U.P.K. Detroit on Facebook. You're going to get the link. We're going to post it up on the UK pages. Contact anybody anywhere for the link. We're going to track it down and send it to you, $20. Tune in for that lecture tomorrow night. If you're in a city and you ain't going to Detroit, pull everybody in your school, man. Have a watch party. You'll get together to watch Mayweather and them ugly ass niggas. You get together and watch the general break down these demons, man. You'll get together in them schools, pay for that that event, watch that lecture, man. Saturday, I believe they're doing a tour in Detroit of the African American Museum. I heard they reconstructed a slave ship according to the historical records. And they say it's rough. They say people be leaving the museum angry and depressed and wanting to do all kind of nonsense. You know what I mean? It's just rough in there. And, you know, Sunday, of course, is the barbecue. Oh, Saturday night, Captain Akkad. You all know Akkad come down and tear down Leicester last time. Give him a hand. Tear Leicester down, you know, ridiculously last year. Well, this year, he dropping his album, I believe his debut album in Detroit. Come on. Album. Oh, we don't say album. No, so why we say album? Album. Album ain't no different. Because I thought we were supposed to stay away from the bomb. No, it's nice around. Nah, we don't. Nah, man. Listen, Benjamin be taking it way too far. Don't nobody tell me about no album. When them niggas stop smoking weed and spitting up on it and sharing it around, then y'all could talk to me. You're sharing the weed blunt, passing the weed with a nigga spit on it and put it in your mouth. You're kissing the nigga. Don't tell me nothing about no album and no Guyana, Guyana and all kind of thing. Stop kissing the next nigga weed. And then we gonna talk. Shit. Right, but you get my point. So he dropping that album release party. All right, in club in Detroit, and Sunday's the barbecue. So you know, UPK, we're gonna be locked in all the way. Where we at? 21? 21 and 10, right? No, start at 1.
Deuteronomy 21:1. If one be found slain in the land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who have slain him, then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain.
Right. So now, if you find somebody dead in your city, you find a body, you don't know where this body come from, you don't know who did it. The leaders of that city, which is important. Why it's important to have leaders in your community, right? The Pakistanis, they have leaders. Somebody talking up for them right now. Right now, that white cop kicked that man in his face and stomped on his head. And some lawyer got up there and said his relative is scared to go to work now. We went to work after Trayvon Martin. We went to work after Mark Duggan. Right. Some of us was working through George Floyd riots. How all of a sudden he can't go to work? He's sick. He wasn't sick when there was bombing Gaza. Right. That made him sick. Right. Then the lawyer gets on TV and say, what? We have never seen police act like this before. What has he been? Police been doing that to black people for fun. Everywhere. What is we talking about? You get the point? So it's important to have leaders, because leaders will speak on your behalf and they'll set the tone of how everybody around should view you and treat you. They'll set the tone. So it's important to have leaders. So they're saying, if you find a dead body, you're supposed to measure from the dead body all the cities around and check to see who's the closest city. All the elders had to come out, all the leaders of each city. Whoever's over them cities had to come out to this council soon as we find the body, right? Ain't no, CSI and yellow tape and investigation and forensic, nothing. The Lord said this is how you investigate that murder. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city, shall take an heifer which have not been wrought with, and which have not drawn the yoke.
Right, and the elders of that city, the closest city to the body, the leaders of that city had to come out and take a heifer, a cow, which have not been wrought with, meaning this cow ain't been bred or been breeding with nobody, with no other cow, of course, and not drawn the yoke, meaning this cow ain't go to work yet. right? This is a valuable cow still. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley.
So now you're supposed to bring that cow down into a valley, right? A valley which has not been what? Used for agriculture. It's a rough valley, meaning this valley hasn't been cleaned, all the grass removed and plowed and the soil turned that you could plant stuff in. This is just an open field, like a valley is just an open. It's rough still got stones in it. You bring that heifer down there and you cut the neck. Right, go ahead.
Verse 5. And the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near. For them the Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of the Lord. And by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried.
Right, so now the priest gonna come down, who at this time was Levi, right? And they're gonna come down because the Lord chose them to do the priesthood. Today would be anybody who's an ordained priest, right? And they will hear every word right there where that cow is bleeding out. All right, go ahead.
So, what's the every word? Is it witnesses?
Whatever is being said. We found this body. This is so-and-so son. This is so-and-so daughter. They was here, there. So-and-so said that they will hear every word. They're hearing everything. Go ahead.
Like the detection nowadays.
The intake. Exactly. Go ahead, sis. We are about to hear about it. Come on, we get in there. Y'all trying to cook fast, man. What's going on? Go ahead. She's like, what's with the cow? You want to curry that? She want to make a cow beef stew. She's like, don't waste the cow. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it.
Right. So now is this they cut the head off the cow and the cow bleeding off, and they now have to come and wash their hands over the body of the cow. And they're doing this is a witness before the priest and the Lord that they went through their city and nobody in their city did this murder. So they washed their hands over the cow. You ever hear people say, I wash my hands of this? That's where it comes from. My hands are clean of this murder. That's what they're saying. Because, of course, if your hands dirty, you would be what? Guilty, but there's another term.
Red-handed?
Red-handed. Red-handed comes from what?
Blood.
The blood. You was caught red-handed. That's where it comes from because you done did the murder. You have blood on you. You get it. Even today, when people wash the blood off with all kind of acetone and all kind of stuff, they shine a little blue light on you and see the ultraviolet printout of bodily fluid. You gone. Even till today, they check for blood, right? So now, if the closest city, the priest or the leaders of that city, they hear this murder, they done going through their ranks, which is why the UPK is structured how it's structured. You wouldn't believe how quick the turnaround is for information is in here. Worldwide, Commander Yahanna make a call, general call, captain call, officer, boom, information go right back, couple hours, it's done.
Oh, God.
This white man put you in jail for 6 months, you waiting on trial. What the hell is that shit? What are you getting paid all this big money for? To do what? Israel, we didn't have prisons. In Israel, our culture wasn't locked up. Our culture was what? Punishment. Stripes, which means whipped. Or you get your hands removed, or your eyes taken, or your head chopped off, or you have to go work off a debt if you stole something. You got to work for this man now for 7 years. Whatever is the wage, whatever is the value of the thing you sold, you got to go work out for him. Or you get banished to another city, which is what we come into after this one. But we didn't have prisons where you hold somebody just there. That's a waste of people. It's just a waste of time and it's a waste of people. It doesn't do nothing. It's damn near like how Esau have You're Grounded. You remember how when y'all was young and y'all see them white sitcoms, who you talking to? Go to your room. You're grounded. And you looking at your brother and sister like grounded. I wish we could get that shit. You remember this knot on my head here from getting beat with his chair? Like, that's what it is for us. Like, we are a much better people than them, but the punishment makes us better. You get the point? Now, I'm not saying you abusing your children is good. That's not what I'm saying. But spare the rod and spoil the child is way better than you're grounded. You're grounded is not doing that. I guarantee you that Rwandan who went in that school in London and did that heinous crime, I guarantee you he ain't never get his tail torn out the frame. You get the point? You notice no matter where we are, we don't do the things they do. You will never see an Israelite take up a knife and go run ragged and stab other people's children and kill them. You'll never see an Israelite steal a truck and plow through a whole herd of people like what happened in France, I think 2017, in London Bridge. You never see an Israelite go and get a meat cleaver and cut and hack somebody's chest open and cut their heart out. You will never see us doing that.
That's right.
We just a better people. You understand? So that's the system of how things would happen. Keep going.
Verse 8. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them. So
hold on, Salaki. Read from verse 7 again and come all the way down.
Verse 7. And they shall answer and say, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it.
Right? They shall, as they washing their hands over it, our hands did not shed this blood. Ain't nobody in my city responsible for it. I noticed what the leader said. What did the leader say? Our hands. Which means whatever is done in that city affects everybody. You understand? That's the importance of having structure. Our people today don't have no structure. So ain't no leader coming out and taking responsibility for nothing. Nobody. All them preachers and reverends who Puff Diddy was paying money to, any one of them came out and say, you know what, this is my fault. I saw he was a deviant. I should have checked it. Nobody ain't saying nothing like that. Go ahead.
Just on the back of that, what's his name again? Boris Johnson. He didn't say, you know what, I effed up. I had a man having a party during COVID. It was them. I didn't know this. I did this. This was, I didn't know this. I didn't. It's slipping somehow.
It's passing the buck.
He should have said, you know what?
This is my fault.
Yeah,
I'm in charge. And that's part of being in charge. Part of being in charge is when somebody under you does something stupid, brother, you had to stand in front of it. You had to stand. And when I say stand in front of it, meaning it's you. If there's blame coming to you, you had to take that shit. Because this is somebody in your care, in your charge. Like, imagine your child going next door and burn down the neighbor house. What are you going to do? It's not me, it's my child. You know how stupid that sounds? Oh, God. This is your fault. And you're going to rebuild this house. You're going to pay these people for their house, even if it's for the rest of your life, because it's your fault. That's the importance of leadership. You get the point? He said, we have washed our hands of this. He said, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it. Nobody ain't know nothing about this in this city. And then they move on to the other cities around. Keep going.
Verse 8. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge. And the blood shall be forgiven them.
Right. And they're going to say a prayer to the Lord to be merciful unto them. And don't lay innocent blood out. Meaning the Lord is going to take vengeance for the murder. And they're begging that the Lord doesn't take vengeance on their city because they did not do it. Who would know if they're lying?
The Lord?
Yeah. That's the point of it. The point is this has to be done in public, or when I say in public, not of course in front of all the cities, but the priests and all the leaders. That's public because those are the ones who's witnessing it. So now if you say this thing, you didn't do it, and you didn't do it, and somebody lies, and then something happens, some plague happened over there and kill everybody, everybody will know that nigga lied. And that's why that's happening. Everybody would know it. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do which is right in the sight of the Lord.
So now you're going to do right in what's in the sight of the Lord by doing this. You go through this process, that's how it's done. Keep going.
verse 10.
Uh-huh.
When thou goest forth to war against thine enemy,
Uh-huh.
and the Lord thy
Right?
God hath...
So now let me ask you this. Why is it that thou goest forth to war before thy enemies?
Oh,
come on.
You got some wicked Negroes that commit murder, so you got to take care of them.
And the leaders is not charging them. Rather, yeah, you want to stand out there and just keep an eye, all right? Go ahead, say it again.
In the context, so you got a man that's been killed.
Mm-hmm.
Leaders are corrupt, they knew nothing about it. So you got to take care of them.
So that's our law. Our law is a murder happened. You from Birmingham. What's right or wrong here? Birmingham, Nottingham, Leicester.
No, neighboring cities: Birmingham, Coventry, Wolverhampton.
Birmingham, Coventry, New Hampton. Let's go Nottingham, Leicester. 5. Wolverhampton, right? 5 cities, right? Let's say a body is found. You go around the city. What should rightfully happen is that the leaders would say, yeah, this person here, they did it. And they would bring them forward and they'll get judged. They'll get a judgment for murder, right? They'll either confess or whatever it is. If nobody confesses it, the closest city, whoever it is, they're going to know how to face judgment. And then it'll start to move around. They're going to find out who it is. And whoever was hiding that person, everybody falls on that city. Everybody falls on that city. Go ahead.
Like it's the closest city to where the body was found.
That's where they start. The closest, that's why they say they measure from the body, the closest cities. They start there. And they bring the heifer down, cut it. They start with that person. And them leaders will come and say, listen, we checked. This wasn't us. We wash our hands of this blood. The next city, this wasn't us. We wash our hands of this blood. Go around. You get the point?
Oh, okay.
Now, they're going to find out who it is, and that nigga going to be hiding somewhere. When that happens, it's a war. Everybody else falls on that city, this is the law here for what happened in Judges 19. Remember Judges 19 when the Ephraimite had his rib who left him. She whored on him. She went to her father. He went to her. When he was leaving, the men of the city, evil men of Benjamin of the city came, took the sister and abused her all night, sexually violated her all night. She died. You all remember that?
Okay.
What happened after?
That civil war, brothers, the inquiry. No,
well, you know where it is now. You ain't got to do the inquiry. It happened in the city of Benjamin. They knew who the men were. Because remember, the man said, don't stay in these streets. They're sons of Baal. They're sons of Baal doing something. Go ahead.
Their government did nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Israel came together and did something about it.
And that's, again, you're going to have to have leaders and you have to be zealous for judgment and justice. Benjamin slept on justice. Benjamin knew the men was there, violating the city and did nothing about them. Nothing. You get the point? The men was able to do whatever they want when they want. The husband cut the body up and sent it to the rest of the tribes and said, this is what's happening here. Everybody came and fell on Benjamin. That's law. That was absolutely lawful. You're going to get punished for that. And the spirit of that is, if you don't want to get punished, handle your business first. But if that business starts spilling out and affecting other people, now everybody ought to get it. It's training up a certain vibe and spirit that the whole nation should have. A certain amount of honor and zeal and being able to pay attention to what's going on. You're going to have that if you're going to be over a city. And if you can't have that, and you're slacking leading, you're slacking keeping observation, you're slacking being accountable, and you're slacking accepting responsibility, you're going to have to face punishment. You're going to have to face it, and your whole city could face it. You get the point? So this is where the whole thing comes from. From here on out, it goes down to tell you, this is the law of the concubine, where if you go into war against your own people, the concubine here is talking about a woman of your own people who, because her people sinned her tribe sinned, they get fell on, and she has to now go into servitude. Get it, boy? Not slavery like the oppressor's slavery, but she'll be a second-class citizen in another tribe. And if you don't want that to happen to your daughter, what would you do? You would tighten to hell up. You would tighten to hell up. And when something happened, you would step forward and face it, because it doesn't just stop with you. There's other people that could get hurt. There's other people that the Lord will hurt. You understand? The Lord ain't Caesar Borgia. You know, the Lord he's a black man. You know what I mean? That's who he is. And he gonna hurt you. He gonna hurt you, and he gonna make an example out of you so this thing doesn't happen again. He's gonna kill two birds with one stone. He's gonna hurt you for punishment, and he's gonna make such a horrible example out of you. Nobody ever again is gonna want to do it. And he did it to the tribe of Benjamin, which is why Benjamin is so staunch against LGBTQ lifestyle today. Which is why you say no album, girl bum. That's spiritual. That there is spiritual. You want to make sure nothing never creepy. You know what I mean? Nothing can creep in here. Album. No Guyana is Guyana. What's the other thing to say? You got the algorithm, no algorithm. What do they say? Man to my side, not to my back. No man can have me back. You gotta have my side. So many other things they be saying. I can't remember all of them right now. There's so many other things they be saying. You get the point? But it's all in an effort to not go back down that road, because it's in your spirit that you learn from the punishment. Punishment is very, very good. Very, very good. We're going to go into some punishment tonight with the UK. You get the point? So you understand that. So now with Vibes Cartel, without something like this, which is the Lord's judgment, man's judgment is, is whatever. There's many innocent men in jail. There's many guilty men free. Does it really matter if Vibes Cartel is locked up or not to, in the grand scheme of things? Not really. In my opinion, brother, the niggas making fire music in jail and out of jail. Do whatever you want. You can't stop him. He gonna sing. He gonna do that part. You get the point? So that's the take I would go on it. It really doesn't matter. It's an argument like LeBron and Michael Jordan. It's opinion and matters and whatever else. You get the point? Here's what it is. Go ahead.
Brother online says, thank you for taking questions. Is what's happening in Great Britain now the wrath of God and his punishment?
Not now. So what? I'll take it after. But you can pass it on to brother. Read the question one more time.
So do I take questions?
Who's asking the questions?
His name is version 73, 6HA.
Right. Version 73. That's a postcode?
Nah.
Version 73. Just type in what city you're in, what location you're in, just so I know where you are, right? Once again, listen, man, I already said this before. I'm going to say it again. Commanding General Yahanna taught me, brother, or the generals taught me, brother. Everywhere I go, I come to steal black people back from the white man.
That's right.
I'm on a serious mission to fill every school, everywhere, every corner with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that would cry aloud and beg the Lord to burn this kingdom down. So I want to know where you are, where you're asking your question from, brother, so I could come teach a class down there and raise up 25 more brothers like you with their 25 families and children. You understand? So put in where you typing in from. All right, we say.
Oh God, he said, what is happening in Great Britain now the wrath of God and his punishment? Thank you.
All right, and now, okay, just clarify for me what you mean. What's happening in Great Britain? A lot is happening, to be honest with you. There's definitely a lot that's happening. Clarify for me what you mean by that. All right. London, any business where? North, south, east, west? Let me know where.
From north.
Up North London. What's North London? Tottenham area. All right, North London. North London, I'm assuming you're a brother or you're a devil. You gotta say which one of them.
The N13 to be precise.
Say again?
N13.
I know what that was. That's the postcode? Right, M13 to be precise. Listen, is you're Israelite or you're a heathen? State the registry too. I'm gonna open this nice bottle of Happy right here. If you all want some, you'll see. Did you say? Anybody want to taste? You're free, all right?
Come on, constant.
You'll get down. Right? Did you see it?
This is the area, so Palmer's Green.
No sweat, no sweat. Let me know if you're Israelite or not, all right? And what exactly do you mean by what's going on? Like, there's a lot going on, so I need to know, like, what are you referring to? Just so I can answer your question better, all right? If not, if you're waiting on him, let me know about any other question, all right?
Come on,
so I can get some more ice. You can fill it up with ice too, all right? So what?
While waiting him, sir, that question says, are Edomites expected to marry other Edomites, or can they marry other nations?
Okay.
If you have heathen children, who do you encourage them to marry?
Okay, all right. So if you have heathen children, who should they marry? And are Edomites expected to marry other Edomites, or who could they marry?
Hold on.
Okay, so this would be from somebody who would may have heathen children or in some kind of heathen situation. Okay, let's say you have heathen children, right? This would specifically be, not specifically, but more so be for a sister, an Israelite, who probably had a heathen in the world. Now she realizes she has a heathen child, or a brother who married a sister who had a child before that's a heathen. So anybody in that situation, that's basically what they're talking about. Anybody in that situation, you might wonder what's the future for your children, because they're in your care, and that's a very valid concern. So what is appreciate it. That's a very valid concern. Okay, so let's first go here. Give me Genesis 25. Anybody? Whoever's online, we could get it. Genesis 25.
So, lucky. So, what verse is it, please?
Give me 23.
Genesis 25:23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separate from thy bowels.
Right? So this is Isaac and Rebecca, right? This is Isaac and Rebecca. Rebecca is pregnant with twins, Jacob and Esau. Rebecca is having pains, not labor pains, but pains in the pregnancy, because there's 2 babies in there. A woman damn near past, 28, 30 weeks, that stomach is rougher because that baby's starting to stretch out in there, damn near standing up, damn near doing jumping jacks in your stomach. Imagine 2 niggas. Imagine 2 niggas. You saw that video with Uncle Drive, everybody laughing at the little boy. Drive, Uncle Drive. Now imagine that going on in the womb. There's a fight in there. You see how he was in the back of the car just going left, right. Imagine there's 2 niggas in her womb and they're fighting her. It's rough. It's a rough thing. So she's asking, what the hell is going on? Keep going, Hakeem.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Mm-hmm. Let me catch up. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, the elder shall serve the younger. One people will be stronger than the other. This is Jacob and Esau. Esau is the elder. Jacob is the younger. All right. So now, what verse you at?
24, sir.
25 and 24. 1 second. Keep reading.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
right,
behold, there were twins in her womb.
Mm-hmm.
And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
The first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. That was the firstborn of the twins. He came out red, all over like a hairy garment, meaning he didn't have the skin or the complexion as everybody else did.
All right, calm down.
Of, you know, red, where you could see the blood force through the skin, and hairy all over. Right? Go ahead.
Kadwan Khan. And they called his name Esau.
Go ahead.
Kadwan Khan. And after that he came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac was 70 years old when she bare them.
Right? Isaac was 60, that's 3 scores, scores 20. And they say, you know, Jacob came out holding Esau's heel. Notice they didn't describe Jacob, because Jacob came out like everybody else. Esau's the one who came out different, right? Red, his name Esau means wasted away, meaning like, you know, like pale, like somebody, like you see a dead body, even a dark person, a dead body, it's gray. It loses the complexion. Imagine lighter skin, how it would look. Esau came out like that. Keep reading. So these is twins. These is twins. But the Bible also said 2 nations are in her womb when she asked. Say 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 different manner of people. 2 races. That's what a nation is. So even though they were born the same time, the Lord intended that these 2 would be the father of 2 separate races.
Right.
You get the point? Keep going.
Kadwan Khan. And when the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Right. Read that part again.
Kadwan Khan. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Right? Esau loved to go out and hunt. Loved to go out and kill and stalk something all day. And you watch them nature channels. He go out and hide in the tree. He get the camouflage. Like brothers wear the camouflage, the army camouflage. You know, the fatigue. He get the camouflage that look like the bush.
Right.
He go in the tree and he get deer piss and spray over him, and buck piss. So he smells like piss. So he could hunt this animal. And sometimes they show you where he got the piss on him and he's in the tree and the bear climb all the way up right there to him and the bear don't see him. And they make a move and then there's a young bear and the bear fall out the tree. Right? That's Esau. Jacob ain't doing that shit. And then the video I saw recently, some devil pull his car to the side of the road and come out with little honey bun biscuits like cinnamon rolls and feeding a bear. Oh, it was perfect. He threw it for the damn bear. The bear ate it and put his head down and walking up to him, but glancing all the time. And as he reached up close to him, jumped on him. Jumped on him. Like that's Esau. He will play with an animal like that. He'll do that. That's him. Jacob is a plain man. He dwelling in tents. Where you are at the house, actually. I in the crib, I on the ends. That's Jacob. That's who we are. We ain't, we don't even like to stray too far from the area. You get the point? Esau will go and climb Mount Everest. Somebody look it up right now. Look up the trash situation on Mount Everest. You know what Mount Everest is, right? Tallest, the highest peak. That has the highest peak in the world. Highest peak above sea level. Just Google for me what they're saying about the garbage situation on Mount Everest.
That's terrible. Shit, terrible.
Come on, you could pull it up.
I got it here, sir. I can share it on the stream.
Please, if you could.
Go ahead, Rahman. If there's any article you could read, anything that where it's they're saying what it is. But pull up some pictures of Mount Everest, the famous mountain and Mount Everest highest peak and all that type of stuff. Look at that. Look at that. What's that, Rahman? Trash?
I got this. Yeah, Khan, sir. This is on Mount Everest. This is from the National Geographic, sir.
Brother, all them devils who going on Mount Everest to climb up there and say they did something, leaving all that up there. That's Esau. That's Esau. All out in the ocean, ton of trash. I'm scared to see what the hell space look like. But Esau is that. He like to go out and hunt and conquer and just lay waste the land. All right, keep reading.
Kadawan Khan. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob.
Right? Isaac, father, he has a son who going out rough and tumble and hunting and killing and bringing meat back home. He loved that son. The mother, she loved the other son. You get the point? She loved the other son. So now, understand this. There's two nations in there. Esau is one. Jacob is the other one. Esau is, cunning hunter, go out and kill and stalk everything. Jacob, cool, laid back. He chilling here around the ends. It's two different manner of people. But this is the key. Give me verse 27 again, please, Hakaya.
Kadawan Khan says. Genesis 25, verse 27. And the boys grew.
And what?
And the boys grew.
And what?
And the boys grew.
And the boys grew. What does that mean?
They grew up together.
Okay. I need some more. I need a little bit more. Go ahead, sis. They became men, but how do they become men? How do they grow?
Go to maturity over the period of time. They go to maturity over a period of time to become men.
Okay, you're telling me what happens. You're not describing me how it happened.
So even though Rebecca knew that this child wasn't
like over time, they become mature and skilled in their professions.
No, that's not a little simpler and it's a little more detailed. Go ahead, Cap. Say it again.
Yeah, so even though Esau, she knew, told he's not of a nation, she fed him, raised him. He knew to hunt. Somehow he didn't go with the sheep.
He didn't just start hunting.
Yeah, so she raised him, told him how to hunt, how to cook, how to this. Raised him, even though he wasn't of a nation, still fixed him up.
Even though Esau was a heathen to Rebekah, she breastfed him just like she breastfed Jacob.
That's right.
Cooked him breakfast like she cooked Jacob breakfast, washed his clothes, wiped his behind, sent him off, taught him so that he grew. And he became skillful. To go hunt, you got to be a little bit strong and all. You got to be physically fit. You got to be able to go long distances without eating. You got to be patient. You get the point? It takes a certain skill to do it. And he would have gotten that skill because he was raised. He was raised up. He had parents. You get the point? So that's one thing you take away. You might be in a situation you have a heathen child. You have to raise that child. You got to raise that child and love that child because that's your child. You loving that child is not you loving the nation. You get the point? And you loving the child is obeying God's law. And love is not an emotional attachment. And that doesn't be emotionally unavailable for that child. You get the point? You raise the child like you would raise any other child.
That's right.
You're right. This is what I could break it down to you the way I understand, or I'm able to understand certain things. When you come into the truth, you have to stop being human. And I want to explain the context of stop being human. I'm not saying lose your humanity. You see, like people in the world, they get angry and somebody beat up somebody. You hear it all the time. You hear that whole Rihanna and Chris Brown. They get angry, right? And angry with each other. She hit him, he hit her back, they start fighting. That's people in the world. And they say, well, that's human. Somebody hit somebody, said something, whatever. When you come in the truth, you have to be more professional than human. You have to be a professional husband. Sister has to be a professional wife. You have to become a professional parent. if you were a school teacher, which is what a professional parent is, like a teacher is a parent. They're taking your child 8 in the morning and giving you back your child 4 o'clock in the evening. Teachers know your children better than you know your children. You're straight up, because they spend time with your kids. They're taking care of your kids, raising them up, correcting them when they're wrong. You get the point?
Okay.
Is a teacher allowed to just take the belt out and beat the child and put them to sit down in the corner? Why? Because you're the teacher, you're not the parent. That's what they'll say, right? You damn near kind of have to take that approach of restricting yourself with certain things that normal human people would do. Come on.
Is that the backlash that the police are getting for booting the Indian man in his face?
Oh, we come into that.
They're saying that basically we broke the college laws and get that, but you're held to a high standard.
No, we come into that. That's not the backlash for that. That's something entirely different. And that kick was good news. That kick was gospel. I'm gonna tell you that straight up and down by the end of the class. And by no means am I saying it's good what happened and the cops, should do it more. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that event is in the Bible. And it's so good news. I'm trying to tell you, brother, if you're not in the UPK today, listen, I don't know what you're doing. All right. So let's get back to it. It's down there. You have to be a professional. You're going to get angry where it puts you out of your place, out of your character. And you're going to have to act like you honor slavery. Like your supervisor will piss you off sometimes, right? What you do? Give me some things you do to cope with some dickhead supervisor. Excuse my language. Go for a walk. I'm going to the bathroom. And you ain't stomping and huffing. You go to the bathroom and you sit there. This damn dickhead. And you take a moment. Because there's way much more to lose if you blow out in there. Take that to the house. Take that to the children. Take that to your brothers. Take that to your sisters. Be like that. And it's a daily fight, I'm trying to tell you. You'll go watch that demons lecture tomorrow. You're going to realize the demon's sitting right there with you. Now, he's sitting in the room with you right now. That thought that just came into your head right now, that ain't you. That's a demon talking to you. That conversation you be having in your head, Commander Yahanna told me this years ago. He said, sometimes you're trying to figure something out and you weighing it. You're like, but if I do this, I'll do that. And if I do this, I'll do that. And you thinking, okay, you want to do this, but these other thoughts is coming in. I.S.U.P.K calls those things intrusive thoughts. That's his professional term. Intrusive thoughts, because they just intrude. You not thinking that. Like you might get angry with somebody and you start thinking, I'm gonna beat him, I'm gonna bust his face, I'm gonna put this brick in his nose. That's an intrusive thought. That's not you. That's something that just barged in. The general told me, brother, sometimes you think you part of the conversation. You not. It's two demons talking in your head. And you just witnessing the conversation. You see them cartoons where you have the good angel and the bad angel? That's where that should come from. You get the point? Listen, go and listen to the lecture. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. It's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is going to be midnight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, midnight GMT time. I guarantee you, drink your coffee. You ain't going to want to miss it. It's $20, 20 US on Eventbrite, which is about what, $17.50 sterling. Figure it out, man. Get the link. We'll post it up. You all, get together and watch it. If you have kids old enough to understand, let them watch it too. Go ahead. No, it's there's a website called Eventbrite. I think people who have events always advertise, and you can buy tickets through there. So it's a pay-per-view. So whatever the link is, you pay for it, and you're going to get access based on your IP address. So whatever, let's say you're going to watch it on your computer, you pay for it there, so you get it. If you're watching it on your phone, you pay for it there, so you could cast your phone to your TV, whatever it is. You get it? That's why people in the UK, if you're in the US and you're not in Detroit, get your school together, man. Pack that building up. I'm just giving you advice, of course. You'll pay for that lecture and you'll all come together and sit there and get exercised. Get the point? You find out. So back to it now. So you damn near have to be a professional all the way around that and make being professionalism your lifestyle. You get the point? You have to be like that. And the problem is we are people who, by our nation, by and large, we are slave people. We are professional for other people, but not ourselves. We're professional for the slavery, but not our own people. You get the point? We have to push for that, which is why the UPK is how it is. We operate a certain way because this has to be now your life. And this is the spirit in the Bible. So now you may have this child who is a heathen child, but it's still a child. And you're going to raise this child up. Now the oppressor, he takes our children and abuses them. We are a better people.
That's right.
This child is our oppressor. What can I do to this child that's going to give millions of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians justice for the last 1,000 years of oppression? What can I do to this child? Nothing. I'm going to raise this child up. And this child is going to grow up and know that my mother belonged to a people that my foreparents enslaved, and she is better than my forefather. You get the point? Come on, sis.
So obviously, when they're adults, do you, is there still your child? Do you know what I mean? Do you, not cut them up, or can you still keep in contact with them?
It's your child. It's your child. Cutting them off it's not a general rule. It's like surgery. It's like prescribing medicine. You go to a doctor or a pharmacist. How they prescribe medicine is based on your weight and the triage. You see that triage thing? That's how they prescribe your medicine. The same medicine me and you on, they'll give me a stronger dose because I'm bigger than you. You get the point? Or somebody smaller, he can't take that much. They'll give him a smaller dose. You get the point? So it's similar. You take it situation by situation. If it's professional, when the Israelite child is an adult, do you cut them off? Let me ask you that.
It depends if they're coming home as homosexual.
What if they're not homosexual?
And if the Israelite child, homosexual, that's my child.
Women ain't cutting black babies off of shit.
Okay, it's harder for a woman. It's harder for a woman. It's something you have to understand. That child act was part of her for an extended period. You get the point? Not to get too graphic, but you don't feel the sperm swimming in you. You don't feel it, right? There's no man who sits here and go, "Ooh, one just did a breaststroke." You get the point? But a sister will be like, "Oh," and you can see the foot come. Well, maybe not the footprint, but you see something push out like Alien. You see the Alien movie, brother? She lived with that act. Her body was in tune with that thing, it was part of her. It's like an arm. So it's different. Even the Bible say, "Can a woman forget her suckling child?" That's in the Bible. It's harder for a woman, which is why you had to strive to be professional. Rebecca, it was hard for Rebecca. Rebecca witnessed them fighting. She was told there's two races in her. Still gave birth. Saw one, saw the other, and be like, "God damn." Breastfeed. All right, go ahead. Go bathe now. Take this food. All of that. The father loved him. You get the point? We are not like the oppressor. I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is the same if the child is an Israelite. There's something that can make you cut a child off. And you should do it. Because you could go make more. The Bible said, "Do not stand." Give me that in the Apocrypha. Give me at courtesy for your children. Right? It was specifically talking about specifically for brothers, because it's usually it's brothers is the one who have that issue. Stand something.
So I got it. Is
go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 33
and 21.
It's lucky, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 21.
That's it. Go ahead, read it for me.
Ecclesiastes 33 and 21. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
You understand? That's what the Bible says. Read it one more time.
For better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou should stand to their courtesy.
it's better that your children come find you than you stand to their courtesy. Meaning like how you stand when the general walks in the room. A higher man walks in the room, your brothers get up and offer the seat. You might have a child that is a total knucklehead. You might have a child that's, you know, whatever. And this child is not obeying the Lord, don't want to obey the Lord. Says, you know what, F you and that Israelite shit. You should not stand to that child's courtesy. You should not be like, well, come sit here. Let me serve you. You should not do that. You should let that child go do whatever the hell they want. And by child, when I say not like a baby like this, you get the point? This is a child who is, it's your child. A 20-year-old is still a child. You get the point? Once the person is old enough where you could tell what they're saying is a conscious decision. You get the point? It's different for different people. Christ was in the synagogue at what age? 12 years old or 10 years old? Battling. He was conscious at a certain point. He had to tell his mother, listen, how about my father's business? Leave me the hell alone. You get the point? There's different ages it would happen. There's one child who's 13 years old. They want the video game. You tell them come to class, they come to class. You tell them do this, do that. There's another child, they're 15 years old. F you, I want to do this. Forget the Passover, sneaking out. Nigga, go. Do whatever you want to do. But you can't stay here.
So, you know, if you have a heathen child, do they do what you do? Because they're heathen. Like, what? How do you?
I'm gonna come to that part. All right. So, but this year, from this scripture here, it's saying that you want to take that profession across the board, whether it's a heathen child you have or an Israelite. You're gonna raise them a certain way. But once they start getting a certain amount of a certain conscious level, you're gonna have to lay the law. While you're living here, you're gonna have to do what the hell I say to do. Now, when you decide to roll out and move out, you could do what the hell you want to do. That's fine. You get the point? And if it's a situation where you have you may have a heathen child, the heathen father is somewhere, his whole shared custody, whole, you know, that whole blended family bullshit. You're going through that. If the child hates being with you, let them go where the hell they're happy, man. What the hell is the problem? Just let them go. You could make more. You get that part? You don't get attached to somebody who's not attached to you. Get attached to the people who are attached to you. You could make 10 more of them. They can't find another one of you.
That's right.
And it's hard. I get it is hard. I get this is difficult. And some people have that battle to face. Christ said, I came to bring division. Father against son, mother against daughter. I believe that's how we go, right? Come on.
You see, Christ said, let a man carry his burden. Is it safe to say that this is just someone's burden in truth?
Okay, yeah. Everybody has a burden. Everybody has their cross to bear. I mean, we need to sound Christian. But everybody has whatever your life before kind of helps dictate the things you're going to have to battle as you come in the truth. And the battle you may have is not the battle I have. And you should be thankful for the battle you have. You get the point? Akkad said something to me last year, brother. I had to take that thing in, brother, for a few days. Pause. He said, man, that brother there, he battling something. He said, man, I hear he tell me this, and I look at him and he said, I'm telling you, Cap, I'm just thankful for the demons I have. I was like, I look at him, I was like, what? And I was like, that make a whole lot of damn sense. You get the point? Like, what you battling, that's you. Fight. Don't woe is me and look at somebody else and think their life is easier. You don't know what the hell somebody going through when they leave your presence. You don't know if every time they're together with you is the only time they're thinking to not kill themselves. You get the point? You don't know that. You don't know if a nigga, he jump in the car, sister, she jump in the car, and the minute they switch off and shalom and she waving, and you find that they kind of delaying to leave. You don't know if as soon as they bend the corner, they're just thinking to drive the car into the wall. They're looking in the rear view. You ain't shit, nigga. I don't know what the hell you trying to do with. You don't know if that's the conversation every day, all day until the next class. You don't know. Everybody has something they're going to battle with. You get the point? So now back to the whole thing. You just want to be a professional about it. You have a job. You got to raise that child. This is not about how you feel. This is not about if the child loves you back. That child's safety is in your hands right now. And that's it. They go to school, make sure they learn, give them their hugs. You don't want to be the oppressor, because the oppressor is responsible for what? School shooters and them, serial rapists. All of them. You all remember, you all probably may not know. There's a serial rapist called Ted Bundy. You ever heard about him? Ted Bundy said he hated his mother. That's what his hatred from women came from. He hated his mother. Jeffrey Dahmer, you all saw the movie, you all saw the series. Jeffrey Dahmer came from a dysfunctional house, where his father was kind of timid and the mother was all over the place. You don't want to be that person who created that child. You want to be the person who that heathen, when they grow up and they get such a good privileged life from you growing them up, they look back and be like, I wish I was the same race as my mother. That's more justice than any abuse you could do. You hear them say that shit, I'm gonna be like, I did my job. Now that motherfucker, he or she know, they ain't shit. And they got the best life. They got the best food. They got the best bringing up. They got the best care. And with all that, they inherit their father's life. That's like how we have to inherit ours. When our children in foster care and all that type of stuff, what do they say? Well, your parents didn't do this, and we inherit pain. They're going to have a good life because you're an Israelite. And they're still going to inherit pain. And it's a pain that you cannot inflict. It's worse than anything you could do. So you grow them. You grow them up right. You teach them right, everything like that. Now, to the question you asked, you're an Israelite, you're in the truth. Do they do what you do? Yes. Why? Because in the foster home, where you have some, Paki or Palestinian or Afghani stepfather or stepmother, or some white stepfather or stepmother, when they go to church, what are you doing? Going to church too. That's right? You're going to church too. You get the point? Now, that's because the church rules allow you to do that. And here, they cannot come to the Passover. They cannot come to the feast days. They can't come to class. They can't do none of that. But guess what? In the house, there could be no pork. There could be no shrimp. That's right. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate birthdays. This is why. And you treat them the same way you would treat the child that is an Israelite, that in your mind, because of, the world, and because of, with all the love in the world, lack of professionalism, you think you should love this child more. When you understand what love is, it's not the feeling, it's what you do. You get the point? Love is an action. The same thing you do for this child is the same thing you do for that child according to the law, right? They do exactly what this house does. And that's what this house does, and this is how this house grows, and that's what we do, and this is that. I know when you can't come with me today, where I'm going, you can't come, and blah, blah, blah. But how come this child could come? Blah, blah. That's a different situation. You might have to explain that. Or you could be, not crafty is the word. You could be skillful. You could be a little skillful with it and schedule another event for this child when it's time. And then the Israelite children, they just can't go to that event. And that's just that. You get the point? And that's just, and when they become of an age where there's conscious understanding, you explain to them. They can't come to the Passover because of this. They can't do this because of that, XYZ. I'm going to come to you, Eka. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you're like Israelite father or mother, father, if you're a mom, you're like a heathen child.
And a father can have a heathen child too, if, of course, he marries a woman with a heathen child, or a brother who in the world marries a heathen who had a heathen before, and he comes into the truth with a heathen wife, but her kids is heathen. He's still their father because he married the mother. You get the point? Go ahead.
Would like you celebrate their achievements? Is that like, are you doing overboard? Because obviously you love each other, love everything about them. Can you still do the same if you do if it was Israel? Can you celebrate them and
celebrate the heathen or the Israelites?
The heathens, whatever their achievements are, or
you want to grow that child like how you would grow the Israelites. You get the point? You want to do that thing. Now, of course, we're in the whole age of the internet and all of that, which is a more permanent. Everything is permanent. because you could go back, and Facebook's so damn stupid. You know, memories, them Facebook memories, you know, they ain't good for shit. Unless you post this scripture, you know, the memories damn near never sync up because that's how you was feeling 5 years ago. You read the post and you're like, I can't believe I wrote that shit. Delete. Right? Because of that, you know, you damn near not really creating two lives, but you celebrate it in a way that this child could get the esteem that a child needs. You get the point? You want to do all of that. And that's fine, and it's lawful. Remember, we still have laws we have to obey. And you cannot be evil to a child that's in your care. You get the point? You can't do that. Right? You good to go? Go ahead.
Earlier, he was talking about the law of abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching the movies like Viking and whatnot.
I mean abandonment in terms of
like a man fucks up, or if like the government of a certain city ain't keeping the laws.
Okay. Yeah, to what?
I've been watching movies like Viking and whatnot. Yeah, that law's rough as shit because it's like kicking a man out of Birmingham onto the motorway, and like on the motorway there's just bandits and he's not under the protection like that kind of rough.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When you really, if you abandoned, it's cool, but it's not like. Imagine it, a man kick you outside of Birmingham, and in the middle of like Birmingham and Coventry, by yourself, fend for yourself. There's bandits, there's no laws, no police force. So I thought that's kind of harsh, man. Kind of rough.
Well, okay, it's meant to be harsh, so you behave.
Come on.
That's the thing about our nation. You're supposed to know the consequence, so you behave. And when it's time to exact judgment, you can't be slow in it, because you might think the judgment serves more than one purpose. You might think the judgment is just to beat this person or discipline this child or discipline this person. Judgment also sends a message to everybody who witnessed the judgment. You get the point? I remember seeing them old tapes from Haiti and from Jamaica, where they put the tires around them sodomites and light them up. I remember, bro, I see a tape long ago where this alleged sodomite, I don't know if he was or not, but he was hauling ass, brother. He was running and they cornered him, brother, and the police is trying to get to him before the mob so they could take him into custody because they don't know his life is done. So the cop come and they firing shots into the air, brother, and the sodomite go underneath a car, underneath the car and hiding. And brother Benjamin is sideways stones, and like one of the stones hits him and he passed out under the car and it's gas. And they light him up and he roll out from under the car. I guess the fire wake him up, brother. And it was rough, brother. The cop just had to fall back. And you can see him on the radio calling for backup. Now I see that. Whatever he did, I ain't doing that shit. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's drinking water. Whatever he did, that they did that to him, I'm not doing that. And that's righteous. The Bible says to put the evil away from among you. It's not applauding or lauding what some would consider a violent judgment. It's what the effects of it after. No, that's if that person is guilty, of course. You get the point? That's what a judgment is for. It's meant to do that. Let me just get that too before we move on, right? This is from the whole with the Vibes Cartel thing. Right, this is how righteous the Lord is. All right. Give me Numbers 35. Give me Numbers 35. And yeah, once you have a good Shema there, you should be toward. I probably should have hit this one first. Hold on. Start at 9, real quick.
Numbers 35, verse 9.
Verse
And
9.
the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan,
Yes. I'm putting it right here if
then
anybody.
ye shall
Go ahead. Go ahead out.
then ye shall appoint your cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any persons at unawares. And they shall be unto you cities of refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not until he stand before the congregation in judgment.
Now that's how righteous the Lord is. Instead of locking up a man for 4 or 5 months, then he go to trial. He go for the hearing first, and then they postpone the hearing, and he had to go back in and all this nonsense. This is what it is. If you kill somebody by accident, that's why he slay a man unawares. It could happen. You could be driving your car, somebody jump out in front, you hit them. Come to find out that's big time cousin who you was beefing with 2 years ago. So when big time hear it, he gonna think, shit, Karathia hit my cousin because of the beef me and him have. So the one he gonna go get his boys and now come looking for you. The Lord appointed something called a city of refuge, so that if there's an accident and you accidentally kill somebody, you have time to run to that city. And once you're in that city, nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you until you appear for judgment. Now you could go before the priest and state your case, and they could now say, okay, this was an accident. This man did not commit murder, or somebody who may have alleged, and you innocent, but shit, they want blood. You flee to that city. That's how righteous the Lord is. You get the point? Now, if as you flee in there, they catch up with you and they put you down, what does that mean? The Lord wasn't with you because this wasn't no accident. You was just trying to run from justice. You get the point? Like that's a level of righteous judgment that the Lord put in our law and in our workings, so that there is no prolonged nothing and appeals and everything else that could just tie up a court case forever and ever and ever, and then there's no end to anything. You know what I mean? Any more, Hakayan?
Quran Council, verse 13. And of these cities, which ye shall give 6 cities, shall you have for refuge. You shall give 3 cities on this side of Jordan, and 3 cities shall you give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge.
Right? So he giving you the cities, he letting you know where they are. And the whole chapter is that whole thing, running down the cities of Jordan, of refuge, and what happens there. And, while somebody is there, you can't touch them. And, they could come back into the congregation, I believe, after a high priest passes away, which is a long time. But at least you're alive. At least you don't get hunted down by, whoever you may have may have killed or unalive by their relative. You get the point? Any more questions? Go ahead.
For the prophets, we usually hold back on music first. Usually in the days and days music. I should hold back on 10 minutes.
If you want, you could go ahead and we just close the door.
All right, come.
You ain't got to hamper him. You can just close up the door, or you know what I mean. Or let him go ahead. We'll see. Will it be that loud where you hear it?
We close the door now.
But if with the door open, you'll hear it.
Cool it down anyway.
Okay, I mean, I wouldn't sweat it out. Let's just let him do what he do, and then we close it up if it's an issue. All right. All right, any other questions? Any room? Sis, you two up? Go ahead, come on.
So can go back on that. With the, who do you encourage them to marry? Like, who do you say they can marry? Like,
I got you. Good question. Okay, so you may have a heathen son or daughter. You grow them up. You, again, professional. Who would you encourage an Israelite son or daughter to marry? An Israelite, right? Because that's our law. That's what you should do with the heathen. Because why? If you don't encourage them to marry their own, what could happen?
Marry one of us and then that person's sinning.
But it kind of is on you. You get the point? So really, whatever they do when they are adults, you can't control that. And, whatever. But you could explain to them that they should go for somebody of their own or some other heathen. The law is for us. The law is for us at the end of the day. You could just be, the perfect mother to the heathen and tell them, go get, whatever race they are, go get somebody like that. You get the point? They might want to say, well, you, mommy, I want somebody like you. You're never going to find somebody like me. You get the point? You're never going to find somebody like me. I'm one of a kind. But you might find somebody close who's like you. And you could just help them out. And once they have a certain age where they're conscious, you could explain to them why it's wrong for them to marry one of us. So even as they leave you, they'll have in their head, I can't marry no one black. Not because I'm racist, but because it's better for them. You get the point? Sis, you had your hand up?
Yeah, not with them heathen. You don't have to marry like Esau, marry Esau, or like. Okay,
they should. They should. You asking this for now or kingdom? The kingdom. Okay, in general. Okay, they should. They definitely should marry their own. However, the laws is for us, right? The laws doesn't say, they should marry their own. That's what should happen, right? Okay, this is what you want to look at. The reason there's interracial marriage is because the oppressor, when he goes to conquer somewhere, he has sex with the women. So in order for it to be okay, in his culture, he says that's okay. And as time progressed, the women having sex with everybody else. Now, when we rule, our laws is going to be laws. So now if it's like what it says, don't take their daughters, that's talking to us, but that's going to be worldwide. So it's the culture. The culture of the world today is the culture of the oppressor. In the kingdom, the culture of the world is going to be the culture of Christ. You get the point? So it's more so for us. Now, will there be a penalty if, an Arab take a Chinese woman? I can't say that because there ain't no provision for that in the law. But you want 12 tribes, you in the kingdom, and you trying to march in the gates with Kim Kardashian, brother. I could show you in the law what happened to the last person who did it. You get the point? So it's different in that aspect. This is what you want to focus on. Grow them up right. Grow them up right. Just like you teach the Israelite. You could probably close it up there now. This nigga playing gospel. I think that's gospel.
Yeah.
I think he taking piss, man. Tell that nigga pour on cartel, man. Cartel free. Cartel free. You close up that. I don't want none of that coming in here. You trying to raise the demon in me. Close up that whole thing. You get the point? Now, if that's the case, I need another speaker next week, and I'm putting it by the door.
That's right.
If I had to listen to that shit, them motherfuckers gonna hear my voice. Excuse my language. Up and down the block. If I had to listen to that mess, the Holy Ghost filled, sanctified, hallelujah shit, come forward now.
So that's your thing.
Go ahead,
If I may, sir, Juby next door. All you gotta do is ask him.
It's the WAP again. It's the WAP. Captain Karate handled it.
Answer.
I appreciate your input too. All right. So since you understand, just like how you would tell your Israelite son or daughter, hey, you should marry your own race. It's the same thing. Y'all are two different. And you damn near show them in the Bible, Jacob and Esau. See, it's Jacob and Esau, and Esau is a different race. Jacob, whatever, and that's that. You grow them up, let them go on their way. They keep in contact with you is whatever. It's different case by case. They may not want to keep in contact with you after a while. You get the point? Who the hell knows? You know what I mean? How could I say that? Because there's Israelite children who don't want to keep in contact with their own parents. You get the point? So it's no different because they're heathen. You understand what I'm saying? It's people. All right. What we have?
Got one more, sir. Well, quite a few, but I said,
so we probably might go past. All right.
If I could, sir, I would like to request a breakdown from Matthew 24:4 to 15, and how current events seem to be fulfilling prophecy, and all the strife.
Okay, hold on. Before I get that, right? Give me the one with the brother from London. Did he ever type back in?
Come on, Connie. You didn't say his name, nationality. He didn't pop it back though. He said,
It's like if I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
God, I believe in one of his messages he did say he was an Israelite. It's in this one right here.
Is the Most High putting a hand across the country, polishing it, and they put Israelite.
All right, you say he's an Israelite. What's his name again?
Version 73.
Version 73. I need you to contact the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Put the phone number up on the screen. Let the brother get. Contact the school ASAP, brother. I want you in class. All right, brother or sister. So I'm gonna answer your question. Let me deal with that one first. All right, because that's kind of on the topic of the UK. What is UK fires? Fires in the UK. Right. So I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. We say the Lord putting his hand on the UK. So give me some of them current events. Give me, let's start to run them down. You could put pictures up on the screen too, Rob, if you could, all right? Not the video, because they might block the video for the violence, but you could put the picture, get him just on the back swing going into the nose. Just when he do that back flip. Yeah, I mean, put the pictures of that, put the pictures of the Romanians, put the pictures of what else we have? The mosque, Tommy Robinson, the mosque.
Palestine.
The other one where he said Paki got bashed. What he said?
Paki got banged.
Banned. Where they line up in the street. This Pakistani walking about minding his own business. White man come out of nowhere, crack him, bam! He just turned around and walked back the other way. Brother, I saw that and I was like, this is time. This year is good. And I'm not saying it's good meaning more white people should do it. You're a bunch of evil bastards. I ain't got no sympathy for them Pakistanis either. But you're a bunch of evil bastards. But all these things is happening. Give me what else? The people spraying the oil. Yeah, so you have some old tree huggers going in the damn Heathrow. I don't know how the hell they get into Heathrow with the oil.
Right. God.
Yeah, get that far. And ain't nobody whoop their ass, so nobody trying to whoop their ass.
The next one as well, sir, where they these vegan kind of man glue themselves to the streets. So you can't go to work. Ambulance, you can't get through because they believe in purity and no petrol and no.
They glue themselves.
Yeah.
I would have lift their ass up.
The niggas driving closer and scared them. Fearless and shit.
I would have lifted their ass. I'd have pulled. There'd be flesh attached to the ground. Go ahead.
Just oil.
You can't go nowhere.
They hate the oil and the fucking like pureness.
Yeah, but the glue is made from oil. Right. Dumbass.
They were blocking the motorways and everything, stopping these people to work. Ambulance the whole night.
Where does this happen?
Everywhere, all over Britain. Yeah. Because the oil is messing up the country and yada yada and
You might have to put it up on the Yeah, you make the picture bigger if there's a way to zoom in on your phone or your computer.
All
right. Hold on,
just this one.
They glued to the ground. Yeah, that's a hand there, right? Dummy. Brother, go ahead.
I was just saying, there's some processes in Leicester. I didn't even know about this. I just went on some Leicester page.
Right.
And they've been in the outskirts of Leicester because they make drones. There's a company that makes the drones.
Okay.
And they're saying they're the ones that have been giving the Palestinian, you know, the Israeli
Drones.
people drones to bomb. So they're protesting.
So any drone, they can make drones for kids, but it's like
you know what I mean? They're protesting in Leicestershire. It's on the outskirts. I didn't
Right.
hear about it, but I went on some Leicester page, just over there, and they're all protesting in Leicestershire of all the drones.
That's ridiculous.
You get what I mean?
That's absolutely ridiculous.
I think someone climbed up on the roof, got in, started throwing all paint and mash up the place.
Brother, I'm trying to tell you, there's a difference between America and the UK, brother, because boy, go ahead.
Imagine you're in Heathrow, yeah, and you just want to get to you, when you get home, and you want to see the screen, you know what gate you're at, some niggas sprays the monitor.
Oh, listen, I wouldn't confess what I would do, but brother, that's gonna be a rough one right there. Just don't get no oil on me. Don't get no oil. Don't get no oil on me, bank robber, according to Cartel. Don't step on the bank robber. If you think you're bad, you could go in Heathrow. So you had them, they're doing the thing in Heathrow. You had the ones who fight there in Manchester. The mice, the Palestinians putting the mice out. The Romanians trying to burn down what? Not Leeds. They were trying to burn down Leeds last week. This week, whoever just put the phone on mute. Put the thing on mute, all right? Put the mic on mute. Right? Then this week they went down London, South London, I believe, and burned down the mosque. Southport, so down by the seaside. Below is Liverpool or down south? Okay, on the outskirts of Liverpool, tear up some mosque because they thought the Hamite that did the stabbing in London was Muslim, and they say, all right, we're going to do it. Well, Liverpool is not nowhere close to London, so what does this mosque have to do with that? This year, come on.
Look at Euros as well. England got mashed up because of Euros. Germany got mashed up because of Euros.
Hold on, they rioted?
Yeah, bro. Germany got mashed up because of Euros.
And what about England? Who keep going and coming on? Okay, his internet is bad. Yeah, so England, they rioted in England too?
And Germany.
Even though they reached the final?
I'm gonna say, I can't even help here. Fuck you up.
Okay, so this is what's happening, right? Whoever had the question, Matthew 24, who had that question?
Officer Alban.
Okay. Okay. What was the question in Matthew 24?
The question was, if I could say, I would like to request a breakdown of Matthew 24, 4 to 15, and how current events seem to be fulfilling the prophecy with all the strife between nations. And like, for example, verse 9, where it says, we shall be delivered and be afflicted. Is it right to say we can see an example in the oppressor desire to do this in Trump saying he wants to bring us back to stop and frisk?
Okay, so yes, you have all anything that's would threaten Israel. All right, anything that would threaten Israel, you could attribute to this. When it says we would be delivered to be what? Tormented? Not tormented. What verse is that? Say it again.
I believe it says afflicted. We should deliver to be afflicted.
Delivered to be afflicted, meaning they're going to try to afflict you. Deliver you to be afflicted is different from afflicting you. You get the point? They're delivering you to be afflicted. They're going to try to hurt you, but they ain't going to be able to. You get the point? You remember last year, October, right? In the bull ring. What did the crowd want? They wanted us to be afflicted. They went to the police and said, arrest us. The police was thinking to arrest us. They wanted to deliver us to be afflicted. That shit ain't happening. You get the point? That's not happening at all. You understand? So, okay, give me what else is going on in England? Give me some more.
The far right. A lot of nations, Romanians, Pakistanis, the Euros thing, the Ukrainians, the mice. Oh, Rishi Sunak as well, the Indian man that's supposed to ever saying that we can't no heathen ruling over us.
Okay.
There's a lot of racial turmoil going on.
It's going on, and okay, worldwide, I don't think people are getting the understanding that it's that bad. All right, I don't think people are getting the understanding that it's that bad at all. Go ahead.
I could say the only thing black people are in them this time.
Well, listen, that's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with it. So, okay, Robin, you had the question in Matthew 24. This is kind of on it. Do you understand Matthew 24, those verses, or you absolutely need them broken down?
I think the only ones, if I
You
could
need
get
them
them.
broken down. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to it, but let me get to the other one. All right.
Come on.
Okay, so all these things is going on. You have what's the reason? What is the public response to what happened in Manchester Airport?
Oh, so like you said, for me, the public response was different from what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be out of shame.
And what are they saying?
They're saying good. Apparently, the packet had a cyst on his brain, and then the public was saying, well, good job of kitchen in his face. You would have never known he had a cyst on your brain. He's been putting in your face.
He said you never know what?
He got a cyst on his brain, and they'll say, good. Had the policeman never kicked you in your face, you would never.
Because he went for the screening.
Oh,
good on him. Go ahead, Silaki, go ahead. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Because apparently the artist can't come up like that. So he must have had it before.
Right.
He never say, good job, it kicked you. So then you would have never known.
It's the work of God. It's the work of God, man. The boot of God. And they say Maradona is the hand of God. They say Maradona is the hand of God. That's the boot of God. Right? What else they say?
They'll say the only people doing the job here is the police.
They say the police was doing a good job. Go ahead.
What the policeman was wrong because what he should have was took him in the back, then kick him.
Because that's what they do to us. Go ahead.
And the brother in the taxi getting them stabbed up.
Okay, I mean, go ahead.
Brother saying, you know what I mean? He should have said, driver, don't stop at time.
Well, okay, that one is not so big because that's, that one is it's not a national thing. Ain't nobody rioting because he gets stabbed. Right? Right or wrong?
No, that's true. That's true. But in the man, yeah, I'll get a response I thought I wouldn't get. I thought I was going to get sad stories and cries and everything. I'll get the opposite. I'll get him, well, you shouldn't mess with the police then. So I'll get him.
Right. Sister, you were going to say something else? Go ahead.
TikTok, when I look at different videos, most white people are saying things like, well, this is what police should be doing. And the youth up today are not scared of police. So sure, white people
you could disregard. You could disregard in a sweat. Go ahead.
White people are just looking what they see. So like they're like, this is what should happen more often. People are not scared of the police no more. X, Y, Z.
So they're saying
the
police is, they're doing their job.
Oh yeah, calm.
Go ahead.
They'll say it's that, but as I said, the police ain't soft now. No one respects the police. Saying in Leeds, the police got run out, and it's time to get some police that they'll kick the niggas in the face because no one's respecting the law no more. They'll say, yeah, I remember that. They say shit like that.
Okay, I'll take that. Anything else? Go ahead.
It's more on TikTok. It's the Asians that are sticking up for the Asians. I would say, and the white people are on the police side.
And what are they saying? What are the Asians are saying?
They're saying that the police are wrong. He was racially driven, and things like that, really, which probably is true. But
I mean, it is racially driven, and okay, I think the heathens have gotten comfortable in the white man's empire, way too comfortable, and because whatever. Now, of course, this is my best guess on the prelude to what's going on. When I first came to UK, I think I was telling you this, Cap, that I thought England was a Christian country. I never ever expected to have to battle Islam in England. This is England. This is knights and round table and kings and queens and you get the point. Like what do they call them? Them other lower ranking people in the royal family.
Knights, tea and crumpets.
No, not the tea and crumpets. The
like your earls and lords, sir.
Just on the lords. Brother, I never thought I would have had to say the word imam in a battle in England. Ever. Like, would you ever think you would go to Qatar and have to break down Christianity? No. I never ever expected that. I saw so many stores, so many streets just flowing, just what's going on? And then you all told me London had Asian mayor? London, not Leeds. The capital of England has a heathen mayor. And now you progress so far, you was in charge of the country. The problem is, let me tell you what the problem is, and this is good for us. And you should thank the Lord tonight when you go home. You should face the east and do it in the morning. Thank the Lord that you were born a nigger.
That's right.
Because the bell has tolled on these heathens right here. These heathens thought that they were not niggers. And they thought they could fly in the face of the oppressor. You thought, how much was on London Bridge last year, October? 500,000 for Palestine. What was white people saying? We ain't doing nothing. Go to Palestine and protest. You remember that? Spray paint in the bridge. Spray painting everywhere. Spray paint mice and put it in McDonald's where everybody eating. Climb up somewhere and pull down some flag. You in England. You in the land of the hooligans. You forgot your place. Paki man. Palestinian. I'm telling this out of love. Rwandan, Somalian. You forgot your place. You forgot your place. Brother, recently this week, I might have to play the video next week. But this week I was watching an interview with a former SWAT team. He wasn't a leader, but he was high ranking. You know who he was? He was the man who, if there was like a bank robbery or some gang violence or some crew they rolling on the car, he's the one that comes out with his special shotgun to shoot out the tires. But I forget his position. He was like a point man. And the rounds he shoots, you cannot hit people with that because it'll blow you apart. Is the round that once it hits the tire, it cracks the rim. No, it's not regular shots that you would shoot people with. He said it on the tape. And he said he started off in law enforcement and he just worked his way up to I forget the name, A something, well, the cops that carry guns. Then he moved to the SWAT team. And he was breaking down how a lot of people think that crime is only in black communities. He said these Asians and Eastern Europeans have their own gangs and are sometimes equally as violent or more violent than black on black crime. He said they just don't let it spill over and it never makes the news. He said in London, there's a shooting damn near every day. This is what he said, but you'll never hear about it. He said they'll just send the gun police in and they quell it, and that's just that. It never makes the news because the culture in England is not as free as the culture in America, where they'll just put everything out. England keeping things under wraps. They learned from that George Floyd thing. They didn't want no more. This is what he also said, that there are different groups of gun police. One group is called Trident. Trident is famous for what? Those was the cops who responded to Mark Duggan. He said Trident has no other mandate but black on black crime.
Right.
You get that?
Come on.
You have to be next to Trident, Afro-Caribbean.
That's it.
South African.
That's it.
Turkish.
None. There's a whole gun police response for who don't have guns.
That's right.
Never did terrorism. Don't bother nobody else.
Right.
Everybody's safe around us. We don't blow nobody up. We don't cut heads off.
Right.
We don't do that. The only people who have to worry about danger from us is who? Us.
God.
They have a whole gun unit for us. You get kicked in your head in Manchester. Thank your fake God.
That's right.
Because Mark Duggan dead.
That's right.
Thank your fake God for that. You mad about, whatever else, some fool who went down there and stabbed them kids. Now that's sad. I couldn't imagine dropping my kids off and getting a call. Everybody had to go at that point.
That's right.
I'm not too sure council can help me at that point. I'll hang in my boots, my Mitri, my Hebrew Academy jacket, and then blood had to go. I don't know how I could react to something like that. Where you at your slavery, you imagine you pulling up to the child's school, and they're not letting you in, and you're like, what happened? And nobody telling you. That's rough. Then people in Uvalde, you remember Uvalde, Texas, where some white boy went in there and shoot up a ton of kids, and the cops were scared to go in even though they had guns.
Oh, yeah,
that's a rough thing to happen. That's a rough thing to happen, brother. Well, guess what? At one time, these Europeans, your British forefathers, would take my children and smash their heads against trees and stuff like that. Throw them overboard, do all kind of evil to them. Thank the Lord, that's all that happens here.
That's right.
That's thank the Lord. This is what's really happening to Britain right now. And it's good and glorious. And I saw it start happening. Let me tell you when I saw it start happening. There was a point just around the time of that Palestinian marches, or just before that, where the English public was not crying out against us. It started real small, and then it grew and it grew. And by the time the Palestinian marches came, I mean, I don't think we the problem in England no more. Out of white people's mouth, we not the problem. They want their country back from them.
That's right.
They don't want them here. They don't want it because you done took a piss in a house that's not yours. And you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, thank the Lord that now they get to find out what a day in your life.
Right.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Right.
The problem in England right now is that the Palestinian man, he now knows what it is to be a nigger. Paki man, now he knows what it is to be a spick. The African, he now knows what it is to be a wetback. Just how they're treating you, that's how they've always treated us. Pull up the video of the lawyer who said he's never seen police brutality like that. The video.
I'll put it right here.
Let me ask you all before you all even go. The video with the Manchester where he get kicked in his head, are they pulling that down from YouTube and censoring it and stuff like that? You sure?
Not that no.
Okay, I would like to show the people that he had good form too. That's a penalty.
Cause I can get it. I got it on the Facebook. So.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Okay.
Wisdom reign.
Why are kicks in the face? And white people like to see.
They put footage of what?
Of why are kicks in the face?
What do you mean?
This hacking going on back. Punching the policewoman, head like this man.
So he earned it. Well, listen, if George Floyd got choked out, you remember you always saying George Floyd deserved it. He was on fentanyl and he was, whatever, and he had a counterfeit bill. You remember this? He had a counterfeit 20. We ain't get that yet, huh? He had a counterfeit 20 and he had drugs in the system, so he deserved to get choked out. You fighting in an international airport. What do you want?
It was that bad. The same police, the same lawyer, they're talking about, we're going to beat this and blah, blah. He said, yeah, I'm upset down. He knew he said, in case they don't fight.
Yeah, you going to stand up there because of the race.
Unruly, punched the policewoman in their face, punched the man. He got tasered while he was headlocking another policeman.
Yeah.
The policeman's a man in the day.
Listen.
I get punched in your face, ain't nice.
I remember that video long ago where the heathen said, look at the strength. Look at the strength. The problem is all y'all think y'all like that. You're not.
That's right.
You're not like that. Robin, pull up the video of the lawyer for me. Y'all could go find the video. The kick is on the UK page. But pull up the video of the lawyer talking about he's never seen police brutality like that before.
Come on.
All right. And somebody else hold for me. Hold for me, Isaiah. Whenever you have it, go ahead and play out.
Oh, come on, sir. Go right here. Sound.
About the incident that took place. I'm here outside Rochdale police station about the incident that took place at Manchester Airport 2 days ago now. It was something that hasn't been seen before, such police brutality.
Stop right there.
And I could tell you guys now that the people who were assaulted by the...
Yeah. He said, this is something he's never seen before. Mark Duggan.
That's right.
Rashawn Charles.
That's right.
Rashawn Charles, the cop jumped on him, wrestled him, punched him up, and put his whole hand down the brother's throat. Mute the mic, who is but following these Put his hand down the brother's throat. The brother choked on the cop's hand out. He's never seen police brutality like that.
Prior to Mark Duggan, the people like Sherry Gross that started the Brixton riots,
Mm-hmm.
shot in her back and paralyzed.
Mm-hmm. What about the brother who got killed at the bus stop? I always ask you all his name. I forget his name. Stephen Lawrence got beat. Listen, it's ridiculous what they always would do, but you've never seen it. They did it to us before they did it to you. And you ran to us in the 70s and early 80s to get help from the Paki bashing.
That's right.
Because you know we fought back against it. What you mean you've never seen this? What you mean by that? Ain't no problem. You've never seen it, now see it. Go ahead.
That's what I don't understand. What do you mean? Of course you've seen it. Well, you have seen it, we don't care. It's not you.
We not people.
So now it's you.
We not people. Exactly. We've never seen it. Listen, this is what's really happening. Give me Isaiah 51. Hold on. Is it 51 I want? 51 and 22. Salakia. Start at 17.
Isaiah 51, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Salakia.
Come on, quickly, I need it flowing. Come on,
Yeah, I can't really see. Salakia. Can somebody else take that over for me?
Khan, the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 17. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out.
Right? So this is what he's saying. Don't worry about it, Haka. And I know you're not seeing too well. And you was reading earlier too, all right? Haka,
no, sir.
I know you was rocking it out earlier. I ain't want to too long, all right?
That's all right.
Awake to water too, brother. I always appreciate what you do. Awake, awake, O Jerusalem.
No, sir.
Is drunk of the hand of the Lord's fury. It's like a father who is disciplining one child, and I'm not saying the heathens are brothers, but you imagine you have more than one child, and there's one child who always gets in trouble, and then the other children laugh, and the other children do wickedness too, but they don't go as far as this child. And then one day you just like, you know what? They had to get something because you just to balance it. And he's saying, man, you always something. I'm gonna make this thing right. I'm gonna switch this up. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 18.
And he said, hold on. He said, you have drunk of the dregs of the trembling, meaning, you know, when you're drinking something, what the sediment at the bottom, usually people don't drink that. We drinking that. We drinking all the Lord's anger and fury, and he wringing it out on us, and we drinking that. We wringing it out. Go ahead. And that's all the slavery, that's all the oppression, that's all the death, the damn incarcerations, all the medical care, horrible medical care that they give us. Horrible. Go ahead.
Khan. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand, of all the sons that she hath brought up.
Right, so he's talking about what? Our leaders. There's none there to guide her by the hand and take it up. All the sons that get raised up, all our leaders have just failed us and never stood up and, you know, put us on the right path. Go ahead.
God. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee?
Mm-hmm.
Desolation and destruction and famine and the sword.
Mm-hmm.
By whom shall I comfort thee?
You say, who will feel sorry for Israel? Don't nobody feel sorry for us? Right. That fool up there, put him back up, Rabban. Let me see his face. That fool up there just said, and look at him, you could tell he paid. He listen, there's a certain levels of money out. When you see some heathen not even wearing the tie, oh, that nigga got money. Normally you see them with the suits and the tie. When they're not wearing the tie, brother, you looking like, you know, you ready to walk off a Magnum PI set somewhere in Hollywood. He paid. He got up there and said he's never seen police brutality like this. What you talking about? They just took the statue out of what? It was Brentford? Bristol. They pulled the statue down the street and throw it into the harbor. Why? Because of police brutality. What the hell are you talking about? Go ahead.
So that means with all this going on, the Mark Dudley and Sherry Gross is asleep or is living his life.
He don't give a damn. And they tell each other that what happens to us, we deserve it. That's what they tell each other. Look how they act. Look at them niggas. Look how they do. Look how they roll. Look how they do this. Look how they do that. They tell each other that we deserve what happens to us because we just a bunch of shiftless, lazy, unlawful, drug dealing people. That's what they tell each other about us. Go ahead.
There was an imam, I think it was last year. He went viral for it, and he said to like his Muslim people, he was like, "Stop talking black. Like, we're not black brothers."
I remember
the backlash to it. It was like, "What do you mean you're not black?" Like,
exactly. Listen, is that video on the page? If it's not, just put it back up. Retweet it. Not yet. No.
So that's it. If I may just add, he says it's never happened in England before. He means to his people. I think he means to his people, not anyone else. So
okay, but he ain't say that though. He ain't say that. Pull it back. And I appreciate you trying to be fair and righteous, Hake, and give Hake a hand. Hake, I'm trying to make sure that this class doesn't get racist at all. This is not about racist, it's about right. I don't think he meant that. He didn't mean to his people. Let's see what he said. Now, he went to school for law. Right. So talking is his job. That's right. He's a trained talker. So he can't misspeak. Let's see what he says.
At Manchester Airport 2 days ago now. It was something that hasn't been seen before, such police brutality. And I could tell you guys now that the people...
Go on, keep going.
People who were assaulted by the police are members of a police officer's family who is currently serving in...
He didn't say he's never seen police brutality done to his people. He said this is something we've never seen before. The police brutality. Okay. So
cut on Khan for the clarity. To order, sir. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your input, but I needed that input to drive the point home how wicked these bastards are.
Right.
Wicked they are.
Right.
Put him back up on the screen, Robin. Let's finish this off. Go ahead. Whoever was reading, keep going.
God on Khan. Verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of
thy son. Go ahead.
They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
That's our life. Who shall feel sorry for us? Who gonna comfort us? All our sons have fainted. They lie at the head of every street corner. I'll give you the answer. The head of every street is the corner. Right? That's the top of a street. That's where you see the street sign. We hang out on the corner. Right? Now you go outside there, they're on the corner hanging out. Filled with the fury of the Lord, like a wild bull in a net. We angry. That's what the whole saying, angry black man, comes from. Why are you so angry? Why? And they don't understand it. But they understand why the Palestinians are so angry. They understand why Ukrainians are so angry. They understand why the Israeli man is so angry. They understand why women are so angry voting for Kamala Harris so they could continue to cut and have abortions for the rest of their life. They understand everybody's plight but ours.
Right.
Keep going.
God on Khan. Therefore, hear now this. Thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second now. What happened with the sound? Yeah, you read it again one time, Ariella. Your mic went out.
God on Khan. Verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. We've drinking from that cup, and we are drunk with what? Oppression. We so drunk. I'm gonna tell you something. I have a. The problem is not the word. I have a absolute personal mission, brother. This UK is mainly Benjamin. Benjamin a sprinkle of Judah, a sprinkle of the other tribes, you know, Levi and Issachar and Zebulun. And the oppression is so thick in the UK, brother. People agree with us, but will not stand with us. They was out there last year, October. You all remember? There was in the crowd. I think out of all, one stood by and tried to throw hands to. One. We've fallen as a people are. We're going to wake this nation up.
That's right.
We're going to wake Benjamin up. Benjamin ain't never been like this.
That's right.
I remember the New Cross riots. I saw the whole thing with that. I remember that whole thing. I know what we're capable of. I'm not saying we should go out there and riot. That's not our time now. But surely the oppression, we drunk with the oppression. And it's fury from the Lord because we disobeyed him. But the Israelite school of UPK under command of John Yahanna, we're going to raise this nation up. Right. And the Lord going to be on our side. And Benjamin going to be full of zeal again. All the tribes are going to be full of zeal again under the I.S.U.P.K. And brother, we are going to speak and they are going to die.
Right.
We are going to speak the words of the Lord and they are going to get sick and plagued and have funerals. And it's about to happen. Read that verse again. Give the Lord a hand. Right? Read that verse one more time.
God. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Right? Hear now this. Those of us who are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine, but with the oppression of the Lord. Keep going.
God. Thus saith the Lord thy Salakia. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people.
That pleadeth the cause of who?
His people.
Which people?
His people.
That man on the screen, what's his name? Solicitor Ahmed Yakub. He ain't sure which side he on. The first name Islam, the last name Jewish. He playing both sides. Ahmed Yakub. He pleading the cause of his people. The Most High, thy Lord, the God, is pleading the cause of our people.
That's right.
I want the Lord as my lawyer.
That's
not,
right.
him. Not him. Not him. A bastard. Didn't he stand down? I think 3 days after this speech, Hakayan, he said, you know what? I've bitten off 2 more than I can chew. Go ahead. You know what kind of lawyer is that? What kind of lawyer is he, man? He abandoned the case. Brother, OJ had a lawyer. I mean, so many criminals have had lawyers. Not Ted Bundy. All them serial killers had lawyers. You mean to tell me you see your people acting the fool and you leave them? Black people would never do that. That's right. We would never do that to each other. I don't care how high George Floyd was. Right. We had abandoned him. That's right. Let me tell you something, Mark. I done been assigned to the DC camp under command Jerry Yahanna, brother. And I have a special love for the people in DC. And I'm going to tell you why. 2 reasons. That football team, the whole representation of Native Indians. But the main reason was DC had a mayor in the early 90s called Marion Barry. Till this day, they call him the mayor for life. They say that's the best mayor ever, brother. This was around the time with COINTELPRO, they coming in heavy, and they set Marion Barry up. He had a drug problem. But Marion Barry is the first one who introduced summer internships for young kids to come and work in the government. Each summer, they was on vacation and then give them jobs as they leave high school. He put a lot of black people to work in DC government. And he would, his office would be open after hours where people from the community could come to get the problem solved, like a real man of the people. But of course, he's not any truth. and he's not a man of the Lord, so he had issues. He had a drug problem, bad drug problem. He used to do cocaine. But he would go on the Senate floor, he would go in the councils and cuss them white people out. I'm talking about F you, mother, F all that, on behalf of black people. And them devils did not like him. Brother, so they set him up back. And you could find this tape, Rob, and you could probably look for it. If you find it, let me know. They set him up back. They had this whore with cocaine that he arranged to meet in a hotel somewhere. He went in the hotel, she pulled out the cocaine, put it on the table. Of course, she nervous. On the tape, you could see it on the tape, she's nervous. He says something, and I think he touched the coke. They kick in the door, he's under arrest. He look around, he's like, this bitch set me up. They arrest him. He go to court, whatever fine, whatever time he get, boom. Whatever term came back for mayor, he ran. DC put him back in office, man. Get DC a goddamn hand, man. DC put him back in office, and brother, he helped build, he gave DC the reputation of Chocolate City. Like black people with power and the kids, and he was really about the people. He just had a problem. You don't give up on your people. You see them, you're supposed to go find the reason they was throwing hands. You're supposed to go and find them. A cop who did that, that's not his first time. That same cop who kicked him in the head, you could go find cases of police brutality on that cop. That's what you're supposed to go and do. You sell your people out because you're weak and you're not like black people. There's a video of it, Rob, and you could drop it for now. Put the lawyer back up. Go ahead,
Like you're saying, is that like with Michael Jackson? Black people stuck with him no matter what. Fuck that. That's R. Kelly, bribed him no matter how many people are bringing out about Michael Jackson, R. Kelly. Brothers like, fuck that.
Okay, it's not as much because those are celebrities. He's not a celebrity. He's a man who born and raised and go through the ranks and made it up into office and was fighting for black people on behalf. It's a little bit different. There's a celebrity element there, but in a way it's like that because we know the oppressor is unjust. So it's like, he only doing this to you because you're black, damn me. Because Epstein and them rape people too, like Bill Cosby, and they didn't put them in jail. You get the point? They didn't do them what they did Bill Cosby. It's a little bit different. Oh, that's the tape there. Play it. If there's audio, I don't know which part it is. It's pretty short. Make the whole thing big so everybody see it.
Lately, when I do this stuff, I get hyper. I mean, just too nervous, too hyper. I've been looking at the floor, and I always did that. Just kidding. I'm always kidding. I've been tuning a lot, and I've been doing that too. How is
I should have come up here. Mr. Mayor, I'm going to ask you if you want to waive your rights and sign the form that you understood your rights. I want to call my lawyer right now. I mean, goddamn, I got prepared with this goddamn bitch setting me up like this. You have to sit still for it. I am under that, but that pisses me off. We're just going to make sure. Vince did that to me. We're just going to make sure that you're physically sound and you're not suffering any kind of health.
He couldn't believe it. He said, "This damn bitch, this set me up." DC put him back in office because he was for the people. You get the point? You don't turn on your people. But that put the lawyer back up for me, please. But that lawyer did. Keep reading, brother. Start at 21.
God, oh God. Verse 21. Therefore now, Salakia, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
See, now listen this, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who've been afflicted and oppressed by the Home Office with Priti Patel, with mass deportations, who've been oppressed by the medical fee, the medical system. The NHS hates black people, especially black women. I hear all these stories of you all going in there to give birth and they don't want to get you no help and they think you're not in pain and they want to cut you open when you don't need to get cut open. They're abusing our people, the hell out of our people. They're doing
That's
it.
Right.
The Lord hears it and he sees all those who are afflicted. Keep going.
God, oh God, thus saith thy Lord the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling,
Mm-hmm.
even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt no more drink it again.
The Lord said, I will take out of your hand the cup of my fury and the cup of my trembling, even the dregs of it. Because, brother, we get the dregs of society. We are at the bottom all the time, getting mistreated, get abused, nothing happens. We are at the bottom. That brother who was eating the sardines when they found him dead because he was running from the home office, older brother, dead, not sardines, cat food. He was eating cat food and he starved to death out. Now, ain't nobody drop bombs on his place. He died from just systematic oppression, but everybody crying for Palestine. Nobody don't care about us. This lawyer said he never seen it before. Our people die in here and you don't care. The Lord said he's removing the cup from us. He's taking it from us. He's taking it. Go ahead.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Read that again.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Read that again.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Rakatha Yahweh Yahweh. Give the Lord a hand. That kick came from the Lord.
That's right.
That must came from the Lord. Everything you are about to get, all you heathens, even the oppressor, because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you all this. These hooligans is going to abuse these Pakistanis and these Arabs, and what do you think going to happen? That Arab from the video who get punched in the face, what did he do? Did he fight back? He just turned and walked up the block. What do you think going to happen? No. They're going to blow up a bridge. They're going to blow up the tube. Get ready, Israel. Get ready. Get ready. I'm telling you all, cut a piece of your check off. Commandant General Yahanna put a list out, I think, in 2020 of things people need to get. You could contact Captain Karathia for that list if in the UK. It's an emergency list of things you need in your house for when this thing go belly up. Or how you all say it in the UK, tits up. Shit go tits up. You're going to need this list. But now, go start stocking up on some toilet paper. Go start stocking up on water, on canned foods with long expiry dates, and start rotating them out every 3 months. Use them out, get new ones. Because, brothers, a time is coming to this place that you is not going to be able to see. What you see in here is the tide is shifting. The oppression is now going to them and not to us. And it's probably the first time in history since the Windrush. This is the first time black people is not the problem. Get them a hand.
Yeah.
You
That's
are
right.
Keep
That's right, Captain.
Look at the strength.
That's right. That's right.
That shit. Keep doing
That's
all
right.
that. Listen, this is how you're going to know when it reach ahead. When Operation Trident gets reassigned. I want that to happen. I want them to reassign Tridents to every mosque. That's what I want. Reassign Trident. The Lord said he'll take the cup of affliction out of our hand and put it into the hands of them that afflict thee. Who's your landlord? Them. Who's your doctor? Them. Who's your solicitor? Them. Who's the judge? Them. The teacher? Them. Everybody who afflicts you is them. Now it's their time to suffer. Now it's your time to sit back and watch. Raise up them children. Raise up them ribs. Raise up them sons. You brothers get raised up by the men over you. This is the time to build our nation up and strong because they're suffering now. Read on. Read it again from the top of 20.
Verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have saved to thy soul. Bow down, that we may go over, and that thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as a tree to them that went over.
These heathens come to England just like they came to America, and they walk all over us. And if we have a problem with it, They say to us, bow down, bend your head, bow to us, humble down. That's why these Arabs, every time we go Hyde Park, what do they try to do? Convert us into Islam. We go to London. One come to us in central London. He want to convert us. They want us to bow to them so they could walk all over us. No problem. You want nigger? Be a nigger.
That's right.
Get abused like a nigger.
That's right.
Shut your mouth like niggers.
Right.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
Always are you gonna read these books? This is about Islam.
Tell him he ain't bowing down. Tell him he ain't bowing down. Tell him that. Tell him with all due respect, brother, I ain't bowing down to no rock. I ain't putting my head on the ground and raising my ass up for the man behind me. I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing it. I'm better than those people.
Right. Right.
Absolutely better than those people. So to answer the brother question, is this up on the screen now? No, not yet. Give me. Hold on. Go ahead and read it. Now go ahead and. Okay, slack it. To answer the brother question from London, what was his name?
It was
It's something with a V. Go up some more. Something with a V, right there.
version
736HA. To answer your question, this is the beginning of the turning of things upside down, like it speaks of. This is the Lord taking the cup of affliction out of our hand and putting it now into their hands.
Right.
You understand? This is the Lord bringing poverty and destruction to the heathen. Look at Ukraine.
Right.
Ukraine begging for damn welfare, like we would go down to the social office and ask for help, assistance. They're doing that. They bring the Afghanis over and give them all universal credit. Now it's that time to suffer. And we're going to rise to the top like we need to. So the Lord is for sure putting his hand. Go ahead and show the thing you was putting up. And we close off. Go ahead.
So it's an Operation Trident, or simply Trident, is a metropolitan police unit originally set up in 1998 as an initiative with the police to tackle black on black gun crime. Following a series of shootings in London boroughs in Lambeth, that's where Brixton is, in Lambeth, and Brent. In 2008, the unit was responsible for investigating all non-fatal shootings for the Metropolitan Police. And in February 2012, unit remit was expanded. The new Trident Gang Crime Command was launched, incorporating responsibility for tackling wider gang crime. In 2013, the gang unit was responsible for investigating fatal shootings, which were taken over by the Homicide and Serious Crime Command.
That's what they're for. There's a gun police that's just responsible for us. That's all. Well, now, where was Trident when that fool was stabbing up the school? Where was Trident then? Where was Trident when they was, burning down Luton and Luton Airport? Remember last year they burned down Luton Airport with they said it was a diesel leak? I don't know if you remember that, right after the Palestinian bombing. There was an airport in Luton that just went up. Where was Trident? Yeah, Trident is not needed. Trident is absolutely not needed. All right. Let me get this last question. This was a question that came in based on the whole professional thing. What do you do when your spouse does not does not behave professional, but gets irate, yells, and slams things? Okay, so this is what you should do. It sounds like you might need a counsel. I can't say for sure because, of course, this is one side of the story. You could go talk to your spouse and you could find out what's making them angry. Now, if it's beyond that point, let's say it's slamming things, it might be slamming you, I don't know. You might need a counsel. I suggest you go get counsel. Now, if it is that there's some kind of something that precipitates this behavior, meaning you have this is a good example. You have a child, you're telling them, don't do this. Stop, don't touch this bottle. As soon as you move, you put it back. Don't touch this bottle. As soon as you move, put it back. Of course, future times, it's not going to be don't touch this bottle. It might be don't touch this so-and-so bottle, you so-and-so, don't touch this bottle. Now, if that's what you're describing, and you think it's still incorrect, you could always just request a counsel and see. But if before the slamming and the unprofessional behavior that you're describing, there is calm behavior, There is do this, do it like this, do it like that. I don't like this, I don't like that. Handle it this way, handle it that way. And for some reason, it continues. Then we have to find out why it continues. And of course, if the spouse's behavior is too erratic, that could be corrected as well. Everything is cause and reaction. But you know, you might want to examine it. And of course, the school offers counsel for anything like that. If there's an offense and you need to, you just take your spouse to counsel. It's not a big deal. People go to counsel every day. I talk like Cam. People go counsel every day, B. Go ahead.
So, you know, with domestic violence on either side, obviously with the UK, especially if you work within like child services, as like social workers, we're advised to say not separate, but you can't be in the house doing that around children. What with the UPK?
Watch her with the plug. She needs some help. Go ahead.
What would be the UPK stance if any partner's violent against each other with children in the home? Like, would it be like removal? Like, what
It's the same thing as if there was violence being done to each other when there was no children in the home. It would be the same thing. It may happen where somebody may behave unprofessional, right? What would you do? What that happens to some white woman and her white husband is doing it, or a white man and his white wife is doing it? What do? They make a report to an officer, and then the officers determine who leaves the home, if there's truth to it, and then they go before a judge, and the judge takes it from there. The UPK is similar because it's an offense. If there's an offense, you make a report, then there's a council that's set up, and in the interim, there may be stipulations, somebody separate, you all don't talk, whatever it is, and then a judge, you're going to go before a judge, 100% of the time is General Hyman, and he'll hear the matter, and he'll make a judgment. This is what you'll understand when you come into the truth, and you'll really find out where love is and what love is. There is no excuse for divorce except adultery on behalf of a woman. Get the point? Everything can and will be worked out. It might take some time. It might take regular counsel, regular corrective behavior. I.S.U.P.K has a term in psychology management called negative and positive reinforcement. It might have a series of that happening to change engraved or embedded behavioral traits, right? On both sides, right? Some domestic violence always, when you hear it, you think of a man, but there's a great number of cases where it's the other way around. And men and women are different. They have different strengths. A man's strength is his physicality. A woman's strength is her mouth. There's a great deal of verbal domestic violence that a brother will never say because it feels effeminate to say, well, she calling me this, she calling me that, she telling me this, she telling me that. He should still say it. He should still come and say it so somebody could shut her mouth, because if her mouth is not shut by authority, what will happen? He'll shut her mouth. The demon will shut her mouth. The demon will try to get him to shut her mouth permanently. And that's horrible. It's horrible on both sides. She should speak to him in a more professional way. He should physically handle her the right professionally way. It happens. It could be treated. It's no different than somebody having a drug addiction, or somebody struggling with pork, or somebody's a Christian or a Muslim. It's just coming in here and learning. Come on.
Shabbat you with the brothers and sisters that we stay on.
Oh, Salaki. Also, too, Akim and Akwathian who online in the StreamYard, especially in class. Just bear with us after the class. General Hazayan wants to talk to the UK school or the entire UK school. He's going to come on shortly after we go off line, all right? You understand?
Come on, sir.
So,
pause, sir.
The person who asked if their spouse is doing it, it seems like it's layered. It seems like it might be a whole few things happening. Easy fix, call a counsel. And you state your grievance. And then there's an investigation and says, is there any truth to this? and blah, blah, blah. You might be right. You might be wrong. Both y'all might be wrong. Both y'all might be right. Who the hell knows? That's the easiest way to deal with it. But of course, you could go and check and see if this is go to the left. Baby, go to the left. Come on, honey, go to the left. And you keep going right. And then what do you want? You want me to just keep saying go to the left all the time? Nobody is doing that thing. Even in Esau society, you doing something over and over. They look at it as there's something broken in you. Like you can't self-correct. So now somebody has to instill something harsher to correct you. It could be that, I don't know, but you could call a counsel. All right? We're going to come back next week again. But listen, thank the Lord. The cup is starting to pass. Now, don't go out there and do something to make the Lord regret taking the cup. I ain't trying to drink that shit. I'm trying to drink this good stuff here. Thank you, I'm not going to buy the water. I'm trying to drink this here. I ain't trying to drink no affliction. You get the point? Let them have it now. I'm waiting to see the next cup. Whoever wants stripes, go ahead. Go on.
I think you might fuck around and drink the
Listen, man, I ain't trying to do it. I want them to reassign Trident. So with that, pass the class over to Trooper Radaya Allen. Yeah, the announcement. You can come up here and handle it. Let me use the restroom. You can stand up here. Do the announcement.
ISUPK security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister coming to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to show themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 month period in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Mashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds. Free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Up and coming holy convocations. Is it October the 2nd?
Feast of Trumpets.
October the 2nd.
Oh, that's right.
Feast of Trumpets, October the 2nd. Announcements, holy convocation from the sheep. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarves. Man of Israel, Magium. Magium Shabbat. Magium Barak.
Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah.
So, give the sisters here. Okay, salute. Magium Shabbat. Magium Barak.